Yeah.
You understand what's about to happen? Huh? Guess who's that? Yeah. It's not Beanie Sieg or J-Ho.
No, it's not Beanie Sieg. It's not J-Hove. It's my main man, G. And, of course, it's Big B, a.k.a. Baritone, the original host of the Format Podcast with my guys, Transformer and Sneed. Got what you need.
Yeah.
Holding it down for me for over a month while I was on vacay. And then after I got sick, these guys been doing a fantastic job. It's great to be back. What's going on, fellas?
Welcome back. We're glad to have you back, man. It's good to see you.
Appreciate it. I'm going to do the best I can.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hope. H-O-P-E. Oh, snap.
No doubt.
We got Big Bruce back in the building.
All right, pardon me, y'all. I'm not 100% back, but, I couldn't hold off any longer. The streets been calling me, so I had to get back out there.
Yes, sir.
On them corners, you know what I'm saying? Now let me stop.
Bruce, loyal to the game, bro. Staying loyal to the game.
There it is, man. But it's good to be back. It's good to kick it with y'all. Hopefully, we have a great show today. So you know what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna talk some football, man. It is football season. We have 3 college football topics, and then we're gonna get to NFL preseason before we get out of here. So before we do all that, you know what it is. Let's go ahead and let's get to the spiel, and then we'll come back and we'll get it rocking and rolling. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in the Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. Just for who, Transformer?
You're watching. We see you. We know what you're doing.
You know what it is.
Hit that like button.
Hit
that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you know when Big Baritone is hitting you with the deep voice and coming in and saying what's happening and good morning and go Irish, go Ravens. I'm not saying the other team.
See, you know what? I expect nothing less.
Guess who's Bazak?
There we go. Yeah. What up? It's not that serious. And shout out to the channel members. It's not that serious. What's good? Shout out #1 channel member, Laker Nation, who is doing his own thing with the Be Ready Sports Podcast. In order to be ready, you got to stay ready. You know what I'm saying?
Stay ready.
So shout out to you, Laker Nation. Shout out to Baltimore Bruce. And of course, shout out to Chief Sid Bubba.
Anchors away, my boy. Pow, pow. Anchors away.
Just a few more months. All right.
They drink to the foam is crazy though.
Huh?
He said what?
Drink to the foam is crazy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Now it is. You making it crazy.
Yeah.
Never thought about that, did you?
Yeah, that's right.
Back then, we didn't have to be too cognizant of the words that we said.
Yeah, but this is a different world we live in now.
2025, you got to be cognizant of everything you say.
Yes, you do. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's kick it off. I think we got a quick hit here, so Sneed, go ahead, do your thing, man.
All right, should I go ahead and do a screen share to show the list, or should I just go through some of the names?
You can do a screen share. That's fine.
All right, let's do that then.
Cool.
All right, so I wanted to quickly just discuss the preseason AP top 25 poll rankings for college football. And really just what I want to kind of do is just discuss the main teams who I think are likely to move within the first month of the season and where they currently stand in the rankings. So I'll just go ahead and put this up. And Bruce, if you would be so kind of permit it up on the screen. Yeah, the top 10's got Miami, LSU, Alabama, Oregon, and Notre Dame to kind of like on the back half. Everything's cool there. I don't really have a problem with it. Oregon got a first place vote though, and Notre Dame didn't, which I feel is kind of surprising. I thought Notre Dame would be a college that would actually get a first place vote, but they didn't. Oregon did. So I was kind of surprised that they were the one to get that. Georgia got a first place vote also. They came in at 5th. Clemson got 4 first place votes. And
they're really heavy on Clemson going undefeated.
Yeah.
It
It seems to be like, they feel really good about Clemson in terms of the voters. Ohio State came in at 3rd with 11 first place votes. Penn State, 23 first place votes. And then Texas leads the way, ranked number 1 overall with 25 first place votes. Now, the difference between Texas and Penn State is very, very slim.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have they're very close in the first place votes and the overall points. But I'm surprised to see Ohio State so far back. I thought they would be 2nd, but they went ahead and put in Penn State. But I got clouded judgment, bro. I'm a Buckeye through and through. So maybe I'm disconnected from reality, but I thought it was going to be Ohio State 2nd. I do think that people are very high on Texas, but we'll probably find out within the first month how they feel about Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, kind of being back for now. What do you guys think about those rankings, though?
So real quick, I think to your first point, obviously I'm going to go Irish here first with you wondering why they didn't at least get a first place vote. I think there's concern about the quarterback situation, right? So no matter which quarterback is going to be the starter, Kenny Minchie or CJ Carr, who are currently battling it out in camp, neither of those guys has had a college start yet. And that first game is against Miami. I think, what are they, number 10 in the poll. So They've got a tough game out of the gate. The second game is against Texas A&M, who is, what's A&M? Number 19, right? So they got 2 really good teams out of the gate and a quarterback who's never started before. So I think that's the concern. Penn State is high because they brought back darn near everybody. And they've gotten some wide receivers out of transfer portal. So they're pulling the Ohio State move from last year, really, going into the NIL, making sure that a bunch of guys come back to try to finish the job. So a lot of people are really high on Penn State. Obviously, Texas, Arch Manning, they're loaded. They made the national semifinal last year, just like Penn State did. And a lot of people with Clemson have Cade Klubnik. College football people have their quarterback, Cade Klubnik, as the number 1 quarterback in the nation. So you've got that. They say they've got a ferocious defensive line, which is how they won championships in the past. And so a lot of people are high on Clemson. Those are my thoughts, at least on the, that top half of the top 25.
And Bruce, who you got most likely to move into the top 5 that's outside of the top 5?
Oh man, that's tough.
Notre Dame.
Well, okay. If I would say, in being objective, I would say there's 2 teams. Obviously, if Miami beats Notre Dame, they should probably in week 1, they should probably get in there. And if LSU can go to Clemson and beat them on their home field, then those would be the 2 teams that I would have moving up early in the season into the top 5 if they get impressive wins to start it early.
Transformer, you want to add anything?
Oh man, no, I mean, it's all gonna change, man. This thing is gonna flip flop like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It truly is. Week 1 has a heavy slate of games that's really gonna, juggle up everything that's going on in the top 10. I mean, honestly, I never really dig deep into the preseason rankings. It's just all about, scouting, recruiting, things like that. Wait till these guys play. Right. I can't wait to see these guys play week 1. After that, that's when I started diving into the rankings. Like, okay, all right, now we know who's legit, who we know who got too much hype in games and thoughts like that. So I'm okay with it, man. That Texas Ohio State game, I can't wait for that week 1. That's gonna be freaking crazy.
Yeah,
I'm expecting a lot of points. What about you?
Oh man, I'm expecting a shootout for sure.
Yeah,
it's gonna
be.
Do
you really
shootout
think so? Sure. Those are 2 of the best defenses in the country.
But they're both electric offenses as well.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know how much you can do you think they're gonna? You think they've been using the preseason to prepare for each other, or you think it's gonna just be like 1 week installation of whatever packages they want to run?
for Ohio State, they got to solidify the quarterback first. Then they can prepare, right? A lot like
but you have the
Notre
most
Dame.
wiggle room with Jeremiah Smith. Like he's always
That's
open.
true. That's true.
You know, so he's. I mean, if they call the right plays, they just get him into any kind of space, and he could do damage.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair. G, man, what are your thoughts on some of these college teams we got here?
You know, I just enjoy the sport. Just still really, really early to say who's gonna be what and how they're gonna rank. And most of the time they get it wrong anyway. It's pretty
Right.
much dealer's choice
Yeah.
for most of this stuff. Yeah.
Great point.
I'm still rooting for Notre Dame this year.
Are we?
Yeah.
Go Irish. We're all pulling for Notre Dame this year, man. Bump it, bro. Everybody gonna get Notre Dame flags. Put them on our cars and stuff like that on the edge of the house.
Not me, said the B.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, nothing wrong with Notre Dame. I just, it's the Bucks, bro.
I got you.
Scarlet and Gray, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that, man. No, man. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You don't want to get kicked out of the state.
Right.
Right.
I'm trying to get back into Columbus at some point, bro.
Right. There you go. No doubt. All right. We got anything else, or we move to these main topics?
We can move to the main topic.
All right, gentlemen. All right, let's do it. Whoa, what happened here?
Yeah, Bruce, man. You go ahead and figure it out.
Yeah, what happened here? Oh, man. All right. Let's do this. All right. Out of practice. Boom.
So what happens when you're dealing with the preseason?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. All right, give me a second, y'all. Just making the adjustment. See, that's why I need a producer, man. Oh. Okay.
It's not working?
Nah. That's weird.
Let me see if I
can see if you can. Yeah, we need that rundown. Pardon me, y'all. Pardon me.
I keep pushing it back.
Bear with us for a minute. Yeah, it keeps going back.
I don't see it.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. I got it.
That was weird. That wasn't you, man. That was me.
Well, they did it when I clicked it. I literally clicked it and it moved. No, man, we got to figure it out.
Yeah, what we got? Too many cooks in the kitchen. What's up, bro?
That's probably what's happening. All right, there we go, y'all. There we go. Okay. All right, back in business. So we are gonna go on. Yes, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, do all that, man. We really appreciate it. Helps us more than you know. All right, let's get to first topic. Hail to the victors. As you can see, 2 years ago, 2023 season, and Sneed hates this. The Michigan Wolverines won the national championship.
No,
Tim Harbaugh here celebrating, and the Maize and Blue doing their thing, and he had his father Jack Harbaugh there, and I think John Harbaugh was there as well, his brother who coaches the Ravens, and who got it better than us? Nobody. But the celebration has been marred, the championship has been marred via a lot of scandal. And obviously, we know there was the sign stealing scandal that Michigan was heavily involved in. And finally, the punishment, quote unquote, from the NCAA has come down. So for anybody who's not aware, there was basically what was deemed to be an elaborate, like basically illegal pregame scouting / sign stealing thing that Michigan was doing. They had a guy who's a graduate of Naval Academy, former Marine Corps officer, Connor Stallion, and he basically was going to all these, he was a staffer on Michigan's program. He was going to all these different places and videotaping through use of all types of illicit technology. He even had some shades that had a video recorder in it. Crazy. He was in the crowd. He was wearing disguises and walking onto the sidelines of opposing teams. And, he was stealing the signals and the plays and all that stuff. And so allegedly when Michigan found out, they canned him. But they still went on. They had a great team that year. They could run the ball, they could throw the ball, they could play lockdown, suffocating defense. They ended up going into the playoffs and winning the national championship. But a lot of people, of course, Buckeye fans among them, felt like a lot of that came as result of the cheating, right? And so before we even get into any of that, I find it interesting, right? I never put too much stock in that because, one, if I'm an opposing team, let's take some accountability here. You just got some random stranger walking up onto your sideline. You have no security. Anyone can just walk onto your sideline and do whatever. Like, no, let's take some accountability here. That's one. Two, when this was happening, all throughout the sports media, former players and whatnot were saying that sign stealing goes on at every level. It is extremely common. Now, did this guy take it to the next level? Maybe, but like sign stealing is not new. Former Notre Dame All-American quarterback and former NFL quarterback Brady Quinn, he actually spoke to saying that he had like an uncle or a cousin or something who was a coach in high school, and he was in like 8th grade, and his uncle would literally sit him in the stands with binoculars and a notepad and tell him, write down everything they do, write down their signals, write down what the play is, blah, blah, blah. And so I say all this to say, like, this is far from unusual to know that sign stealing goes on. So I'm like, is it really that big a deal? And then my other point is, after they got rid of Connor Stallions and the sign stealing stopped, they still went on and won the games. And if you're these other teams, once you know the sign stealing is happening, because you had other Big Ten teams complaining that this was going on for like a couple years prior, well, okay, at what point are you going to change your signs? Like, again, can we get a little bit of accountability here? But it is what it is. So before I even get into the punishments that was handed down and whatnot, I want to get you guys' thoughts on this whole sign stealing business and what you think about it.
Man, Jim got out of there. He got up out of there. Okay. He said, hey, we win. Buff that. I'm going to the league. I'm going to the NFL because now he has a 10-year ban and he can't coach college. You're like, fine, I'll do my 10 years in the NFL. NFL can't do nothing to me for what happened in college. So y'all can hold this 10-year. I can't coach to 2038. Man, let me go to the Chargers. Man, so shout out Jim, man. When the fire's too hot, you like, hey, man, we got the gold. Let's go ahead and get out of this mind real quick. And let's dip it back to the NFL, man. So, but you're right. To your point, sign stealing has been going on for a long time now. How egregious did they dapper into the sign stealing? That's he say, she say, or whatever case may be. But it happens, man. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, man. We learned that from the Patriots. Yep. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So, I mean, what they suspended, I almost called him Shamar Moore. Sharon Moore. Yeah, Cheryl Moore for the open game. And what they got, the 2-game suspension from week 3 to week 4. So all of this punishment is being devied down, but Jimmy is in the league. So you don't have to go through no repercussion for that. But
what are your thoughts, man?
So it's a sign of lack of integrity, right? Not saying that it doesn't happen, but that's a stain on that program that's going to last for a long time. I know we ain't divvy into the actual punishments, but like Transformer said, Harbaugh got out of there and he went to the president and probably tried to get a pardon on the low. But yeah, man, I mean, what does that do? Like, somebody stealing your signs, that means they know the plays, and even in games that the other team win, you still on wax cheating. So these guys, they coach the future players, and if they lack integrity, then a lot of these players probably lack that same integrity going forward. So I think whatever punishment that comes down, hopefully it's harsh, and it sends a message across the rest of the NCAA.
Okay, Sneed.
I'm kind of with Gino on this. So if you don't have, well, I'm going to look at it from this perspective. If you have rules, they need to be enforced the way that they're designed, right? Like, you can't, you can't sit there and make exceptions. You can't be lenient about it because you're going to say things like, well, everybody does it and this is common. And then you need to just eliminate the rule. Why have a rule that you're not really going to enforce or act on? Like the punishment, which the way I'm getting the impression is little to nothing for the people who committed the transgression. So if that's the case, then there really should be no rules. It's like like in certain, like there's certain movements in the UFC. It's like 12 to 6 elbows. There's all these rules. You can't poke eyes, but then like somebody gets their eyes poked and they just give them a warning. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't make sense. If you're not going to enforce the rule, then why have the rule? Just disable it completely. Just let everybody just freely do whatever, and just let's be truthful about it. But it goes to show you that in college football, and I love college football, but it's the truth. It's nothing but pimps and hoes. Like everybody pretends like it's this pure kids playing for the game, blah, blah. No, it is not. I mean, it is always, Bruce, you know what it is. Huge money. But why? The pressure is so immense. It's like NFL pressure. In some ways, you might argue it's even heavier pressure, right? Especially when it comes to certain coaches and certain colleges, where football actually is bigger at some college universities than some NFL teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's be honest about that, right? Like Texas, like Notre Dame, like Ohio State, State. Every team you had in that top 10, the football there is bigger than half the teams in the NFL.
Yeah,
that's right.
Right. So everybody's stealing signs, everybody's cheating. We're going to pretend like we care about rules. Like Gino was saying, we're going to pretend like there's integrity. We're just going to put on the show. We're just going to pretend. It's all optics, bro. So why even have the rules? I say just dismantle them completely. You're not enforcing them. There's no repercussions. Like the only thing you remember TCU and the death sentence for what happened there? SMU, my bad. Yes. SMU. Like if you're going to do something, it has to be heavy or else it doesn't change. Everybody's just like, it's just the cost of doing business. You know what I'm saying? Like when a business receives a fine for doing something, let's say the business generates $100 billion of annual revenue. You fine them for 10 million. You think they care? That's a business expense. They'll write that off. These colleges look at this stuff like business expenses.
Agreed. No, those are all great points. I just see it like the bigger thing for me is we can all still watch and see that Michigan did it on the field, right? They beat their biggest rival in Ohio State. Again, this is post Connor Stallions, right? They beat them and they out-physicaled them. And then they went on.
Wouldn't you play with more confidence if you knew the play's coming?
Yeah, but do we know that at that point they knew that? And if you're Ryan Day, who we know was one of the biggest guys screaming from the mountaintop about Michigan cheating, you're telling me he didn't change any signals? He didn't change any of the plays? That can't be right. That can't be right. You're one of the best coaches in the country. You didn't change anything, even though you knew your opposition was cheating? Does that sound like
the only time Michigan ever won was during the cheating era. How much winning were they doing before this?
Didn't Harbaugh walk in and immediately turn them into a 10-win program?
Did they win a national championship?
Well, no, but a lot of teams don't win national championships.
Okay, but that's my point. So now I've got this. I have to reconcile. They won a championship the year that they're being charged with cheating.
So my only thing is, and I know it sounds probably like I'm a Michigan apologist here, which I'm not, but my bigger thing is, unless we can directly attribute how much the cheating helped, right? Especially after the dismissal of Connor Stallions from the staff, then it's like,
Then why do guys take performance enhancing drugs? Then people say that I still got to hit the ball, I still got to make the throw, I still got to play the game. Then why did you take them if they don't matter?
No, to get an event. I didn't say it didn't matter. I didn't say it didn't matter.
That's so at what point are we going to pick one side or the other? Are we going to say we need to come down with the punishment and make this hurt so that way we can try to prevent this from happening in the future? Or are we just going to say, they got caught and life goes on?
Right. Well, I think, and we'll get to the punishment in a second. I think a big part of this too is I believe that the NCAA is still very afraid of the Big Ten and the SEC breaking off and doing their own thing, and then taking the rest of the
A little bit of politics.
power conferences with them. So they have to try and show something, but not come down too hard and really piss these guys off, because these guys are, pretty close to trying to do that anyway. But they're trying to play that careful balance, right? Because the college football playoff is not even like NCAA regulated anyway. So they being the NCAA, they see the writing on the wall in terms of major college football and where it's going, but they're trying to hold on to it as long as they can because of the money. That's my thought. I don't know that that's true, but that's my thought.
Good thought.
But yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the actual punishment. So Michigan had already imposed a two game suspension on Coach Sharon Moore this year. That was games 3 and 4.
Yep.
And that's Central Michigan and Nebraska. But coincidentally, they made sure that he'll be coaching in week 2 against Oklahoma. That's going to be a hell of a game too. So, it's one of those things you do the self-imposed, but you don't hurt yourself too much with it. You do it in games that you're pretty sure you can win. So you got that. And then I believe the NCAA imposed an additional game for the following season suspension on Sharon Moore. So I don't think that's going to be terrible unless the NCAA dictates what game it's for, right? Like if they said, okay, we're going to put it on them for the Ohio State game or something like that, or the Penn State game, then okay, that's not a slap on the wrist, right? That's a real punishment. Okay, so let's see. Here is the list of penalties for the Wolverines. 4 years of probation. So I don't know exactly what that means, because I didn't see anything about them taking scholarships. I didn't see anything about a postseason ban. So I'm not sure exactly what the 4 years of probation references.
But that's okay, Bruce. That's good. Why should those guys have to pay? I'm with that. Mm-hmm. That's okay. People didn't ask for this, bro.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, in terms of what you were saying earlier about if you're going to penalize them, make it hurt, right? So there's that. All right. The financial penalties are a $50,000 fine, which that's nothing, plus 10% of the budget of the football program. That hits harder. A fine equivalent to the anticipated loss of all postseason compensation revenue sharing associated with the 2025 and 2026 football seasons. So I'm thinking that's probably less than $10 million, because all that revenue sharing has to split with every team in the Big Ten. A fine equivalent to the cost of 10% of the scholarships awarded in Michigan's football program for the 2025-2026 academic year. So that's a little more. A 25% reduction in football official visits during the 25-26 season, which one recruiting source says doesn't make any sense because official visits are now unlimited. Yeah, that's crazy. So you reduce them even though they're unlimited. So that's
how do you reduce unlimited?
Right. Okay, so that's the paper tiger thing. A 14-week prohibition on recruiting communications in the football program during the probation period. So are they saying people from the program can't reach out to potential recruits? I mean, that's cool. I can say, hey, I work for Michigan. All right, I'm gonna write all this stuff up. Hey, Sneed, call this kid and give him all this information, right? Like, pretty sure there's relatively easy ways around that, but again, they got to do that. Jim Harbaugh receives a 10-year show cause order restricting him from all athletically related activities during the show cause period, which will begin on August 7th, 2028, at the conclusion of his 4-year show cause order from a previous case. Now, for those of y'all not familiar with a show cause order, in the NCAA, a show cause order is one of the harshest penalties that can be placed on a coach or sometimes administrator who is found guilty of breaking NCAA rules. Here's what it means. A show cause order requires any school that wants to hire that coach during the specified period to show cause to the NCAA as to why they should be allowed to do so. the school would have to explain how they plan to monitor the coach and ensure no further violations occur. In practice, this makes the coach essentially unemployable at the college level for the duration of the penalty unless the school is willing to take on the extra scrutiny and restrictions. But my thing about that is they said that Bruce Pearl got a show cause order from Tennessee, but he's now coaching at Auburn, and they went to the Final Four. So if a team really wants you, not saying that Jim Harbaugh is planning on going back to college because, he's coaching flowing hair now, but if you
Yes, sir. Yes,
oh,
sir.
man.
Needed that one, bro.
Sunshine.
Right. But if you
It's a lovely day.
lovely day. If you really wanted to hire a coach that has a show cause order, then you do it and you make it work. So I don't know why they're saying that it essentially makes a coach, unhireable. You can do it if you want. Sharon Moore receives a 2-year show cause order during which he is suspended from a total of 3 games. Michigan self-imposed a 2-game suspension. We talked about that. And then 1 next season. Apart from the 3-game suspension, Moore is not prohibited from engaging in coaching or other athletically related activities during the show cause period. Connor Stallions, the guy who actually was doing the spying, he got an 8-year show cause order. And Denard Robinson, former Michigan quarterback under Rich Rodriguez, received a 3-year show cause order because I guess he's back with the program. So this is what we got. So Michigan's going to have to give up some dough. They got these show cause orders. It really does seem like a slap on the wrist because at the end of the day, no wins got violated. Not violated, but
Rescinded.
vacated. No wins got vacated. They still have the national championship. And we all watched them win it on the field in dominant fashion. So it's like, whatever.
But Bruce, what about the opinion of the public? So we're talking about a guy in Harbaugh,
right,
who always consistently publicly push the narrative about compliance and rules. So we're talking about a guy who was promoting all these good things, but then he runs a program that is clearly dismissive of rules and compliance of the rules. Right? Do you see the disconnect? And that's a cultural thing. And that's not unique to the Wolverines, and that's not unique to Michigan or Harbaugh, but that's where the issue is. See, it's win at all cost. That's the culture. This punishment doesn't address that culture.
How many NCAA punishments have you seen that you feel really address those type of issues in any of these programs, not just Michigan?
I can't think of many.
Right. So, G, let me get your thoughts on this, and then we'll go to Transformer. Sneed and I have been kind of monopolizing this discussion. Well, where are you on all this, man? What do you feel about this penalty? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think they even should have done? Where are you, man?
I mean, they're trying to hit the program, right? It's a small slap in the face to the program as a stain on their record, because now every time this will come up anytime you mention Michigan. And so, hey, this could be the difference between kids going to play for them and not. Them getting those top recruits and not. Like, it don't necessarily mean the dollar amount will really hurt the program, but that stain, man, I think that'll a lot of players probably don't want, because this is like the first slap. They do something else, then I'm pretty sure they're gonna have the sanctions gonna be even higher on them. So
maybe.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
They didn't take anything from them but money and
exactly
time with recruits. That was it.
That's it.
And these colleges print money
easily. That's like chump change to these guys, man. I mean, the punishment does nothing but put them in the news articles. The Jerry Jones. We're just going to talk about it. Other than that, it does nothing.
Nothing.
Is this still going to be happening in the NCAA? Yes. It's still going to happen. They're just going to find another way to do it. They're going to find another way to cover it up.
This is why I drew the polarity to the whole thing about the performance-enhancing drugs. If the punishment is lesser than the potential gains and outcomes, people are just weighing off the opportunity cost.
Yeah.
It's just the cost of doing business. If they get caught, it's a slap on the wrist. If they don't get caught, I'm winning.
Yeah. Like, what's the risk reward? You know what I mean? Like, all the risk is that we might get
risk
caught, might
is
get
low, the
slapped.
reward is high, right?
Yeah. But the reward is, I mean, we're gonna be better. You know, we know everything that they're doing before they even go out on the field. You know, so the punishment, like I said, it's nothing. It's just something to put in the news articles. Oh yeah, we NCAA, we did something. We fined so and so. This is a no show cause order for such and such and such and such. But did you stop the problem? No. Just like, okay, we're aware that you guys are doing this now.
I don't
but
even
it went public. So now we got to do something about it.
Transformer. I don't even think Harbaugh's the most rotten one. I think there's worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people are gonna say, "Oh, Sneed's an LSU guy and he's a Buckeye guy." Jim Harbaugh, there's no way he was the worst one. He's just one of several who probably have, like, in my opinion, I think Nick Saban's probably the worst at everything that it's ever happened in college football.
Oh, absolutely.
You see what
Everything
I'm saying?
ran through St.
That's why
Nick.
when
Yes.
NIL came about, he ran up out of there. He's like, damn,
This is
everybody else
when they changed the rules to the game.
Yeah.
The ones that were winning get mad as hell.
Yeah. That's a fact. Yeah, Dabo wasn't happy. Kirby Smart has stuff to say. Yeah, it's really
they were all winning. The game was theirs.
Rigged. Facts. Yeah. No rigged. All right, y'all. So this is what we're gonna do. We have the link pinned in the chat. So we're gonna go ahead and let you guys weigh in. But let's keep it short here. We're gonna keep it to because we have more people on the panel today.
By the way, the lawyers said that the investigation was rigged.
Did they?
I did hear that.
The lawyers publicly came out and said that this was basically a witch hunt against Michigan.
Well, you know what, though? Michigan does have one of the best law schools in the country, so you know.
Of course they do.
You're gonna have some really legitimate,
some very aggressive lawyers, right? Yeah.
And we did leave out the point that I neglected to mention this. Michigan will be appealing. Yeah.
Which is just delayed. It's just delaying whatever the hell they want to do.
All right, let's do this, guys. We have the link pinned in the top of the chat. Steve, if you got something to say, you want to call in, go ahead and call us. I guess you're not able to do the StreamYard piece, but we'll take Edward first, and then we will go ahead and we'll take Steve next. Edward, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? Can y'all hear me?
What up?
Babe, what's up, man? Gino, how you doing, man? Man, get that out of my face. I don't want to see that glove. You use that for, I guess you used it. Man, hey, no glove, no love.
Man, keep it brief, man. Don't waste your time, brother. What you got?
Hey, man, I'm gonna keep it brief. Hey, yo, B, welcome back, baby. How you doing, man? I just want to show some love, dog. That's all it is, man. You back in the streets, man. I got a Mercedes parked outside for you, B.
I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
You know, but yeah, man, I just want to call in, man, and just say welcome back, man. Y'all just keep up the good work. I'm in here getting these games, man. That's all I'm doing.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Get it.
All right, then, man. Y'all have a good one, bro.
100-pound dumbbells, bench press. Let's go, bro.
That's 225, bro. That's it. I ain't gonna be like B on there, you know. That's him. All right, fellas.
Yes, sir. Love.
Shoot, man. Speaking of the work, I just started getting back to it, man.
You're gonna be winded when you get back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It ain't easy.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm sore as a mug right now. But let's get Steve up here. King of the chat, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Steve, why you wearing a hat, bro? You gotta do the thing.
What?
Bro.
Yes,
on,
you gotta. No, man, take that. There you go. There he is. There it is. There he is. GQ,
sunshine, bro.
Mr. GQ himself.
Let it
Steve
flow.
has flowing hair up front. There we go. What you got, Steve? King of the chat.
First off, Bruce, it's good to see you back and healthy, brother.
Thank you, man. I'm almost there.
Hey, man, still praying for you, bro.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. The Michigan topic is touchy because actually, Bruce, I heard you call in yesterday to John's show.
Yeah.
And I think you make good points where it's like, yeah, these guys physically have to, the application is still there. They still have to physically play the game, win their matchups, you know, and do these things. But I also feel like Snead brought up a great point where, yeah, Harbaugh came in and turned Michigan around to a 10-win team again. So he brought them back to relevance. But we can clearly see during this 5-year, 6-year cheating scandal, it's like they went from that 10-win relevance to now a national prominence.
Okay.
So I definitely think there is an effect that we can see that the cheating does have an outcome. Like there is substance there. Although I would agree, it's like you still have to recruit right. You still have to do all the X's and O's right.
Mm-hmm.
But Steve, they were doing all those things before and after the cheating scandal, and they're not getting the same results.
Well,
what do you mean by before and after?
Before the cheating, before they got caught.
Mm-hmm.
After the cheating, after they got caught, they're not getting the results they got as during the cheating.
Oh no, that's what I'm agreeing with. Like,
that's the thing. See, if they were still having the success, then you'd be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter all that much. But like,
well, okay, but we also got to take the nuance in real quick. I'm sorry to take your time, Steve. Give me a quick second. One, they beat the Buckeyes last year without cheating and with a much depleted roster. Two, we have to take into account that after the championship season, they lost so much talent to the NFL, to the transfer portal, and to graduation. Like that was not
team
easy.
Does it's not unique
to that level,
to any level.
Okay.
What I'd say is I actually do agree with that. Where it's like anecdotally, if we were to take last year away because of the points Bruce brought up, because they did lose a lot to the draft. They lost a lot. McCarthy, running back, all these guys, defensive guys that went to the NFL.
Yeah.
And they had a regime change as far as the face with Harbaugh. Now, I know, is it Sherrod Moore? He was still on that staff, so it's not like you're totally changing everything.
Yeah.
But losing a guy like Harbaugh does have an impact. So let's just ignore last year. But we can clearly see pre-cheating scandal, during cheating scandal, there is a difference of a 10-win relevance versus national prominence. So I do think there is an effect. And I would say, I think Snead made another great point where it's like, this is like, it's almost theater. This punishment is optics only. It's not going to affect Michigan's football program. And this is where I was saying in the chat, like, let's say this is an Arizona State. Let's say this is a Wake Forest. Let's say it's a team that's like, the NCAA would have no problem.
Hell hath no fury.
The hammer. Yeah, they would have no problem bringing the hammer down on them. But because we know of money and revenue, they're going to give Michigan this like slap on the wrist where it's like, dude, $20 million to the Michigan alumni donors. That's like me and you leaving a $20 tip.
Yeah. So Steve, follow up to Bruce's point about not rocking the boat too much and pissing off these Big Ten powerhouses.
Oh yeah, dude. This is
now they're playing politics, right?
Yeah, it's politics and money, and then I 100% agree. But I think it's contextual. Where yes, Bruce makes good points. Where it's like you still have to recruit, you still have to have the right players, you still have to accomplish in the application of winning football games. I totally agree with that. But having said that, it's like, is there a distinct competitive advantage when you go from being a 9-10 win relevant team to now it's like, man, now we're winning championships, we're going to playoffs multiple years in a row. So it's like, yeah, it gave them that extra edge. I think when you are dealing with a conference like the Big Ten, similar to like the SEC, it's like, this isn't the ACC, this isn't the Big 12, where it's like those little advantages can give you the separation in those ultra competitive conferences. And Snead's right. Like, this comes down to politics. Like when Michigan's in the room, when these conferences are getting together, of course, when they speak, their voice is resonating more, and you have to placate to them more than you do in Indiana or Northwestern.
Fair enough. All right, Steve, thanks for the call, man. We're going to leave it there, and we're going to head to the next topic unless we got any more, man. Thanks for checking in with us. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you, guys.
Chapel.
Yes, sir. Stay blessed, everybody. Bye-bye, Twizzler.
Same to you, man. Steve is a sick dude.
King of the chat, bro. King of the chat.
King of the chat for sure.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Anybody else have any last thoughts before we move on? I don't know if we're gonna get any more.
This does nothing. We're back to the same old thing, man.
Yeah.
They just Jerry Jones this thing. Let's put it in the waves. Let's document what we did and back to regular scheduled programming come week 1.
There we
That's
go.
what I got. That's all.
It won't even be a topic of conversation after week 1.
No.
Why should it? Because they play Oklahoma in week 2. That's going to be a hell of a game. Man, so you got, real quick, you got Ohio State, Texas week 1, Michigan, Oklahoma week 2. Not bad. Yes. And, of course, you have Notre Dame, Miami week 1 as well. And LSU, Clemson.
And you're talking all the national televised games. Like, these are going to be watched by millions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of big time TV juice there.
A lot of wings and good food being ate. Like
a couple more weeks.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and we will move on to the next topic, and that is, I thought this was interesting, man. As you can see, man, I'm in my college football mode now. And by the way, anybody listening, if you are college football fans, we will be bringing back the weekly appearance of former Fighting Illini wide receiver and former Indianapolis Colt and CFL kick return and wide receiver specialist Ryan Langford. He will be back to join us again this season. So I'm looking forward to his commentary on college football, man. I love talking to him, and it's going to be great. So look, this is your one-stop shop for sports, except baseball. We don't do that. But
not even the playoffs, bro. We can't get no playoffs. The World Series love, like
when the Dodgers are there, we get.
If y'all want to do that, y'all do that. I'll take that day off. Man. I don't know anything about baseball. It doesn't interest me. But if y'all want boxing, look, next month we got the big one. We got Canelo and Bud Crawford, right? So if y'all want boxing, we can talk boxing. If y'all want football, we talk football. You want college football, we college football. We NBA, we WNBA. We do it here on the Format Podcast, y'all.
Yeah, UFC as well. Well, I mean, we didn't even talk about the fight last night. It was boring, but
Sneed brings that. So definitely. So let's go ahead and let's talk this AP all-time All-America list. So the AP, Associated Press, has been around for about 100 years now. And as a result, they did earlier this week their all-time first and second teams, offense and defense, All-America lists. Now, in fairness, I will say this. There's a lot of names on there from the past that a lot of us aren't old enough to know or recognize. We could do some of the research or whatever, but there's some interesting names on there and some interesting discussions to be had. So I definitely wanted to bring this up and talk about it just a little bit with you guys, because I thought the lists were very interesting. Yeah. And so I won't even give my thoughts on it first. I will just go ahead and, how do you want to do this? Do you want to do the position groups, or do you want me to just go ahead and read off the offense, then we'll talk about it, read off the defense, talk about it, then we'll go to the second team?
Yeah, let's go to the offense first.
Okay, let's do it. So the offense, the starting wide receivers on the all-time All-America first team are Randy Moss and Larry Fitzgerald. Oh, I'm sorry. Right. The tackles are Orlando Pancake Pace and Bill Fralick from Pittsburgh. The guards are John Hanna from Alabama, Jim Parker from Ohio State. Center, Chuck Bednarik from Penn. Tight end, Brock Bowers.
So worthy.
I know, right? You'll hear, when you hear some of these names, you'll also, if you're a college football fan, remember that some of these names are associated with some of the postseason college football awards, like Bednarik and some of the others you'll hear. Brock Bowers is the all-time first-team tight end. Tim Tebow is the all-time first-team quarterback. Running backs, Barry Sanders and Herschel Walker. Kicker, Sebastian Janikowski. All-purpose, Johnny Rogers, Nebraska. So let's start here with the first-team offense. Thoughts?
Would you see Never mind. I see it now. I was like, man, I didn't see the all-purpose guy. There you go. It's after this ad. Man, I mean, Randy Moss at Marshall, man, could have been an Irishman, and all this stuff. Man, yes, man. Do the off-field stuff. I mean, put him at Marshall, but are you going to argue Randy Moss at all?
I don't think you can, but
You can't argue.
To me, it seems like when I think Randy Moss, I think more, Vikings, Randy Moss, NFL. But obviously, he was an animal in college, right? Just completely unstoppable. So,
nah, man, definitely worthy. I like the Brock Bowers. I was calling that for a couple of years. I'm like, man, this dude is going to be a freaking legendary tight end. Like, I mean, anything at Georgia, you put him at any spot on the field, he was making plays as a blocker, making plays out of the back, like just making plays. Yeah. He can run post routes. He can run pretty much all of the receiving routes Brock Bowers can do, but he did it with power and force.
I didn't like the fact that he wasn't a good blocker, but go ahead.
But I mean, like anywhere offensively, man, he was a threat. Like you had to have eyes on him. Like, hey, man, that safety, we're gonna have to move him because we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have to double this guy somehow because one, you're too small. He's gonna run through you. Linebacker's too slow. He's gonna run past him. You had double problems when it came to Brock Bowers, man. So I like the one. I like that tight end pick out of Georgia. Yeah, for sure. Barry Sanders. I mean,
2,600 rushing yards in 12 games.
What more can you say? What more can you say?
Greatest running back of all time, in my humble opinion.
I'm not going to argue it. I don't even think that's a real argument.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Tim Tebow, man. I'm curious to understand, to know, are we all in agreement that Tim Tebow is all-time AP quarterback?
Let's put that to the side. We got a whole topic on that next. Let's table that.
My bad. Okay, we did
on that coming up. Yeah, that was interesting though.
You looked and was like, got something to say, but we don't save that for the next one.
Yeah.
Janikowski, man. Shout out the Seminoles, man.
Super leg. Yeah.
Bro could kick it from 70.
Yes,
he could. He kick it from 70.
Yeah.
No, man, I like this, man. I like this list. Larry Fitzgerald, because we know he went to the NFL and had more tackles than he did drop passes
in 18 years.
In 18 years. Like, you have more tackles. So this means your quarterback threw more picks for you to make more tackles because obviously you're a receiver.
Yes,
right?
That's
then
correct.
You dropped the ball.
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
He was a Vikings ball boy growing up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, watching Randy Moss and Chris Carter and them guys.
Yeah.
Did you mention Johnny Rodgers?
Say again?
Johnny Rodgers, yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned him?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Some Nebraska superstar who did everything, back in the 70s.
There's always that.
You want a Heisman too.
Yeah, there's always that player that didn't translate into NFL
like
prominence. We don't know who they were, unless you were a student of college football studying, players.
Way before our time.
Right.
Way back in the 70s, for sure.
Historian. Okay. All right.
Right.
It's like the story of Rudy, bro. It's like a movie. You know what I mean?
Hey. Watch it. No, go ahead, G.
But he won the Heisman. He's a Heisman Trophy winner.
The wide receivers. I know those guys. I was following that during that time. And you see that they really transitioned over in the NFL. That's always plus. That means they got it good. They got it right. Or they played a hell of a college career.
Right.
We can't talk about Tebow, the great Tebow, right now, but we'll get back to that.
We will.
Barry Sanders and Herschel Walker, pretty solid picks here.
Agreed.
I don't have any objections with offense.
Yeah, and I'll just say, man, Orlando Pace, great choice. They call that dude Pancake for a reason, and it ain't because he was eating them. he was laying defensive linemen down,
flying
monster. Yes. All right, so we're all good with the offense here, for the most part. All right. So let's go to the first team defense. Defensive ends, Hugh Green from Pittsburgh and Randy White from Maryland. Those kind of surprised me. I needed to go back, and I didn't realize Randy White was that much of an animal in college. If I'm not mistaken, he was dominant with the Cowboys in the league. Won a couple of chips there. Defensive tackles, I'm good with Ndamukong Suh.
Absolutely.
He was a defensive tackle who was a Heisman Trophy finalist.
Yeah, crazy.
Tell you all you need to know.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yes, just a total monster, game wrecker. Bronco Nagurski, Minnesota, 1929. So this goes way back. But I think what they're doing is paying homage to the old school there. If we remember, there is an award for best defensive player in college football, the Nagurski Award. 2 years ago, Xavier Watts won it. Go Irish. But yeah, so that's one of those names that obviously there's going to be no footage of the guy. You can just kind of look it up and read the legends, I guess. But he's got an award named after him, so he must have done something. Linebackers, Dick Butkus, we know what a legend he went on to be in the NFL. Derek Thomas, Chris Spielman. I'm cool with that linebacker core.
Fantastic linebackers, man.
Fantastic linebackers, absolutely. Cornerbacks, Charles Woodson, Deion Sanders.
Like,
I mean, I don't think there's any complaint there, right?
Nah,
Right.
not at all.
Right. Ronnie Lott at safety, Ed Reed, Miami. So
Beautiful picks.
I think they got this right. And punter Torrey Taylor from Iowa. So I think they pretty much got the defense right here. Can you imagine trying to play offense against this team defensively? You got the rush ends coming everywhere. You got Ndamukong Suh coming up the gut.
Yeah.
The linebackers are blowing up the run game. And even if you manage to get a pass off, Charles Woodson and Primetime are completely locking down your receivers.
Yo, Bruce.
And even if they catch them, Ronnie Lott and Ed Reed are going to kill them.
Bruce, I believe if the offense got a first down, it was a mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like something went wrong terribly, and you got a first down.
Insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lott was a monster, man. I don't know how many of our listeners go back to that era, but Ronnie Lott was a lot of pain in that game.
Yeah. Well, look, to me, the thing that stands out, and this bleeds over to the NFL, literally, where he had some damage and he cut off the tip of his pinky so he could go back in the game when he was playing with the Niners.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Cut it off, wrap it up. And he went back in the game. So, like, that's
when you know you full of drugs. And I'm not talking about the HGH kind.
Yeah. You want something?
That's back when it's pure. It was
I know that's what you wish you would get back, though. I know that's definitely a decision you wish you could get back.
Right. Steve says, shout out North Carolina. Hard for neither LT or Peppers not being in this defensive lineup. That's cool. I think it's hard with so many great defensive players to get them all in there. But we still have the second team. So let's move to that. All right. Or did anybody have anything to add? I'm sorry.
The only thing I want to add is the second team could be as good as the first team.
Right?
That's gonna happen, bro.
Right. Okay. So the second team offense, wide receivers, Devontae Smith and Desmond Howard. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Tackles, Jonathan Ogden and Bryant McKinney. Now, if this is me, I might think by a hair that these tackles are better than the first team tackles.
Could be.
I mean,
could be.
Brian McKinney was a horse.
Yes. Yeah. And Jonathan Ogden, Man Mountain for how many years for the Ravens? Like you weren't getting around that dude.
Yeah.
He's right there.
This is what I was trying to tell you, Bruce. Like these guys could be as good or better than the other one.
Right. Guards, Brad Buddy from USC, 1979. Don't know who he is. John Smith from Notre Dame, go Irish.
What kind of name is John Smith, bro, for a football player? Like you can't.
So generic.
Right.
You know how you do it? Create a player.
Bro. Wasn't that the dude in Pocahontas, bro?
Yes, Captain John Smith. That's correct.
Okay,
that may be one of the most common names in history, though. John Smith, right?
I think that's like your default name when you go to create a player.
Yeah,
it's just default John Smith.
Right,
you gotta change that.
Yeah, never heard of him. Center Dave Remington from Nebraska, and there is an award named after Dave Remington as well. Tight end Keith Jackson, Oklahoma. Quarterback. Here's your second team quarterback, Vince Young, 2005. Thoughts on that, guys?
Probably should have been the first.
Damage.
Okay.
Problem.
All right.
Probably should have been the first. Probably should have been first team.
Right. So here's your running backs. This one is tough too. Archie Griffin, Tony Dorsett.
Archie Griffin won 2 Heismans.
2 Heismans. Only guy to ever do it.
Back to back.
That tells you what he was doing. Did he get hurt in the league, or did he just not pan out?
No, he played, but he may have had some injuries too. But it just didn't parlay.
It's crazy. You went back-to-back Heismans and can't.
Okay, do you remember Peyton Hillis in the NFL? He was a spark in the pan, right?
Yeah.
You know, it just.
I think it was more so the team that he was on, man.
I think Peyton Hillis was spending more time doing curls than he was, in the playbook.
Get off the weight, bro. You got
He was Diesel. Oh my goodness.
Tony Dorsett, Archie Griffin, great picks, bro.
Didn't Peyton Hillis make a Madden cover at one point?
Yes,
I think he
did.
There you go.
03.
Mm-hmm.
03 or 02, I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of like Mike Allstott. But anyway, I digress. So Archie Griffin and Tony Dorsett, two outstanding running backs. Kicker, Martin Gramatica, one of the best kickers. All-purpose, Tim Brown, go Irish. Our last Heisman Trophy winner up in South Bend. Elite wide receiver, elite returner. Went on to the league. He was all-decade in the 1990s, playing with the Raiders. Obviously a Hall of Famer. Yeah. So that's a great pick. Any thoughts on the offense here? Anything you would want to change or anything you want to give a particular shout out to?
You got to change the QB, bro. Okay. You got to come on, Transformer. You with me? You got to change the QB first and second.
That was going to be my question in the first one, but
we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We can't blame it on flowing hair, bro. We can't do it. But we got to figure this out.
We cannot. No, we cannot. That's funny.
But no, Archie Griffin, he played for the Cincinnati Bengals from 76 to 82. He never had more than a 700-yard. 688 was the most that he ever had in a single season. Doesn't look like he had many injuries. 14, 12, 16, 16, 15, 16 games played in 5 to 6 consecutive years. Looks like he just didn't pan out in the NFL. He only has 7 career total touchdowns.
That's crazy.
In 7 years. So that's 1 touchdown per season.
You know what, though? He lasted 7 years in the NFL, man. Shout outs for that.
Yeah.
It just means he wasn't the worst bust. But based on 2 Heisman, you'd be like, you're
looking for AP numbers.
Do a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
Steve, the other running back with Archie Griffin on his second team was Tony Dorsett, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So can't be mad at that. All right, let's move over to the defense. G, do you have anything you wanted to comment on that offense?
No, not at all. I think they got it right.
Okay. So defense, here we go. Bubba Smith, Michigan State, good with that. Bruce Smith, Virginia Tech, good with that. 2 monsters. Check this out. Defensive tackles, Leroy Selman, Oklahoma. Warren Sapp, Miami.
Big Sapp.
Woo.
Big Sapp.
Woo. Nothing on the edges, nothing up the gut.
Not happening, Chief.
Big Sapp.
Here's your linebackers, Jerry Robinson, UCLA, Brian Bosworth, the Boz, and Lawrence Taylor. So you have the elite edge rushers.
Yep.
You have the elite pocket pushers.
Yep.
And then you have Lawrence Taylor. Let's go out there like some crazy dogs. Like that's scary. And then you got Brian Bosworth cleaning up everything in the run game. Monster. No, Steve, Reggie Bush doesn't deserve to be second team. And I think a big part of that is, even though he won the Heisman, I think Lendale White, in that Thunder and Lightning backfield, took a lot from him in terms of possible yardage and carries. So I don't think Reggie Bush was better than Tony Dorsett, as great as he was. I don't think he was better than Archie Griffin in college. I don't think that if he made it, he maybe could have been an all-around guy for what he did in the punt return and kick return game. Yeah. So maybe that, but not at running back. Definitely not better than Barry Sanders. Definitely not better than Herschel Walker. So I get what you're looking at, especially as, we had to see that guy for 3 years and he gave us nightmares. I totally get it. But nah, he doesn't need to be a running back on the first or second team. Okay, we're cornerbacks. Champ Bailey and the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. I'm good there.
Yeah, no, I'm great there.
It's a shame that they were just second team. You had to put somebody first and somebody second.
Right. Deion and Charles Woodson. I'm good with that first team.
You're gonna keep the GOAT in first.
Yeah, but the drop off between the first and the second, it's so small.
Yeah.
Right.
Champ Bailey is arguably one of the best corners of all time.
Dude, he did it for how long, man? At that level, like we're talking about 20 years of complete dominance going with college and
NFL.
NFL.
The NFL and the Broncos. Yeah.
Okay, so I got something here, right? Champ Bailey, I'm good with. Honey Badger, I would replace him with Sauce Gardner. And I know Sauce Gardner played at reason why Sauce Gardner went 4 years in college without giving up a touchdown.
Tyrann Mathieu was dominant in college.
He was, but Sauce Gardner was complete and total lockdown. And then remember, walks into the league 2 years, first team All-Pro, his first 2 years. So like it wasn't just college, right?
Didn't Honey Badger get first team All-Pro?
Say again?
I think Honey Badger was first team All-Pro when he stepped in.
Was he? Check that out. See what we got.
But I remember Tyrann Mathieu also returning kicks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at the cornerback position, though.
Right.
So
but he was dominant at his position and then also added kicks.
I'm cool, you know. I'm just saying for me, you're looking at a guy that in 4 years of college did not give up a single receiving touchdown. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it took him like 2/3 of his rookie year in the NFL to give up a receiving touchdown. Like, so it's good, man. So it's good.
He was a runner for rookie of the year.
Okay. I mean, Steve, if Revis, I'm good with that too. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is end all be all. I'm just looking at just complete lockdown for that amount of time.
Honey Badger just retired, Bruce.
Yes, he did.
He just retired.
Yes, he did. That's correct. And I'm not trying to disrespect Honey Badger at all. He was great. I'm just saying for me, you know.
Bruce, there's no disrespect by switching guys in this list. I mean, it's
the fact that you even mentioned out of 100 years.
Right.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So we just did cornerbacks. The safeties, Benny Blades from Miami, Al Broski from Illinois. So this Broski guy played in 1951. Again, probably no footage.
I don't
know what he did, but you know, if these guys, what I don't like though, they only had 12 voters on this. I feel like they should add a larger voting body.
Mm-hmm.
But excuse me.
I mean, they definitely know their stuff though. Like,
it
wasn't a lot of outrageous picks.
No. But I mean, I think you got to know your stuff if you're going back to the 20s, right? So
like
you got to have done
19
the
to
research.
27 is wild.
Yeah.
Was newspapers even a thing yet?
I mean, I would went with that.
Newspapers was definitely a thing. Yeah.
In the 27s? Okay, I didn't even know we made paper back then.
Yeah, think about it. Newspapers been around since the basically the inception of our country, right?
Rolling on the walls, carvings on the walls.
No, since the 1770s, because they had to be able to inform voters of, you know, the stances of the political candidates. Then you had the penny papers in New York in the 1840s that was writing all type of crazy stuff. Anyway, that's
okay, Mr. Literal. All right, only Sneed got it.
Oh, you were being facetious. My bad.
Yes, man.
My bad.
That man really went to the depth.
Bro. Then you let him keep going too.
Journalism grab, man. What you want me to say, man?
I was gonna say you're gonna do the whole historical thing. You knew he was gonna know that. You know that.
My bad, y'all.
I'm like, no, well, newspapers back in 1776. Like, no, man, I know newspapers a thing. I'm making a joke. I mean, it's a long time ago.
I apologize.
Captain America was delivering them in the Bronx.
That's right. Yes, he was. Oh man, y'all wild. And the punter is Reggie Roby. So that's a heck of a punter. All right. So I know Steve had a question about Lawrence Taylor not being on there and Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers didn't make it, but I don't think we can be upset with the edge rushers that did. And of course, LT made it. So I think I'm pretty good with this defense as well. Steve says a few names I think need to be mentioned: Cam Newton, Tavon Austin, Tommy Frazier, Julius Peppers. Fair. Not mad at any of that.
Do you think it's probably the short duration of time that Cam Newton was there?
Yeah.
For the 1 year.
Because of just
we'll
college
get to that
and all
that.
Yeah.
I got something to say about Cam. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and open it up. Pause. We'll open up the lines, and anybody who has anything to say regarding, excuse me, guys, regarding these all-time All-America selections, we'd love to hear it. Let's go.
My ball.
You want to? Are you going to do the first team by conference count?
I hadn't even thought about it.
I got you.
But the Big
What you
Ten
got,
had
man?
7.
While we're waiting, what you got?
Big Ten had 7, so they
Okay.
finished first overall with the most
Right.
first team by conference.
Okay.
SEC had 5.
Mhm.
Independent had 4, so you're assuming a lot of Notre Dame is probably that independent.
I
Right?
think that's 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah. ACC at 2,
No.
Big East 2, Big 8 2.
Okay.
The Big 12 only had 1. The Pac-10 only had 1. The MAC had 1, which is nice, right? The smaller schools, Mid-American Conference.
Nice. That is nice.
Out of 100 years, I mean, yeah, that's nice. 100.
Big Ten was 7, though. Hey. That's what we do. We play football. You feel me? That's what we do.
Yeah. So
That's what we do.
looking at this, it looks like
How
Notre
many
Dame.
Buckeyes on there? You only had 1. Yeah,
It's
one
gonna
Buckeye?
be, but it's gonna be Penn
2.
State guys. It's gonna be Wolverines. It's gonna be Buckeyes. Like it's
No, he's got
all
2
the.
Buckeyes.
It's got all
Yeah.
that area of the country. Because remember, traditionally the conferences were by region.
Mhm.
They only recently, in the last couple of decades, started moving things around. These guys,
Right.
they're coming out of Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio State,
Yup.
Minnesota,
Yup.
Pennsylvania. The SEC represented with 5. That's what they do. They play football.
Mhm. That's correct. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, it looks like we're not gonna get any calls on this.
I
Definitely
think
thought
they're
it was-
waiting on that next one.
Yeah. Definitely thought we were gonna get some feedback on that, but that's okay.
I have a
So-
feeling that this is gonna go left on Tim Tebow, bro.
All right. So, I actually have some sound on this as well from my guys, The Odd Couple. I love that show. So, as you know, we just went over the AP All-America all-time teams, and for whatever reason, they decided they were going to name Tim Tebow as the number 1, as the first team quarterback, which is interesting. So, needless to say, I disagree with that, and I'm pretty sure that the rest of the panel agrees with me there. Am I correct, or am I assuming?
You're assuming correct.
Okay, I'm assuming correctly. I'll take that. Cool. So, the
I mean,
rest of
I'd
the-
love to rock the boat, but I can't, bro.
Right. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's hear what the Odd Couple had to say about Tim Tebow being the selected as first team quarterback on the AP all-time All-America team. And then we will go ahead and suggest, we will go ahead and talk about who we think should probably be in that slot and why. Let's go.
According to these voters, all 12 of them with AP, Tim Tebow has been crowned as the starting quarterback, the first team quarterback for their all-time 100th anniversary of All-American quarterbacks. Edging out a close second, well, was how close it was, Texas quarterback Vince Young.
I wish that I could get on these Fox Sports Radio, the Odd Couple airwaves, and tell you that they got it wrong and make a bah humbug big fuss. But dang it, you ain't wrong when you're right. And they're absolutely right. You can make an argument he's one of the top 10 college football players of all time, any position. And dang it, your dag near might even go top 5, and I'm not mad at you. Not going to be able to do it. I mean, what
Ridiculous.
he did is spectacular, especially considering he was a quarterback. Now, granted, he looked like a running back, tailback, fullback playing the quarterback position. Let me throw some numbers at you, my guy, Rob G. He completed 67% of his passes for 9,300 yards when we don't even think about him as a high percentage completion passing quarterback. 88 touchdowns and only 16 interceptions. Look at that touchdown to interception ratio for a guy that we don't think of as carving defenses up. Meanwhile, he added almost 3,000 rushing yards and 57 rushing touchdowns. He has a Heisman Trophy winner. He helped his team win back-to-back national titles. He kind of came on the second end of that as a starter. And again, he is 6th in Florida in rushing yards total. 6th at Florida, the same place where Emmitt Smith comes from and so many other backs, Fred Taylor and so on and so forth. 6th in rushing. That is absolutely crazy. 4th in all time in passing yards at Florida. This is absolutely astonishing what he's able to do. You also add in the pop culture flair. You add in one of the greatest, most iconic speeches to his team, getting him fired up. You know, he's got blood on his forehead. I mean, like, he, to me, is that guy when I think of a college football quarterback. Again, not traditional. He wasn't a guy like a Peyton Manning who was throwing the ball all pristine and beautiful. He wasn't Andrew Luck where it just looked like a prototypical quarterback. He wasn't John Elway in the sense of Matthew Stafford where we kind of went, well, that's a quarterback. You kind of knew it off the bat. But he just epitomized college football, win at all costs, whatever it takes, leader of this team. Get on my shoulders. We'll get it done by any means necessary. So I don't have a problem with it. To me, it was a no-brainer for me. He embodied what a winning quarterback in college.
You know what, Transformer? Let's start with you. Then we'll go G.
Why?
And Sneed looks disgusted. So
Gross. It's gross.
Why me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Tim Tebow. You already know I don't like the Florida Gators, so I'm going to just try to keep this very, very brief.
Please.
Okay.
Urban Meyer.
Coach of Florida.
DJ,
I mean,
kick the music.
you look at some of the highlights. You look at the blood on his face. You look at the blood on his forehead. You just look at him, right? I think this has more to do with what do we call it? The good old boys, the typical faces of, you know, what you want your quarterbacks to look like. I think that has a lot to do with it.
He does not have flowing
man.
hair.
So I think your typical biblical quarterback. All right, very religious.
Wow.
You know, sways the minds of the masses, man.
Wow. Water to wine.
Am I going to take him over Vince Young, Cam Newton season, Joe Burrow's season? I'm not. I can't. Like, even though, like, you know, these guys played one. Well, Cam Newton played one season. Joe Burrow played one season. I mean, I can't. I'm not going to be able to do it. I can't put him number one. I can't put him number one, man. I mean, yes, you could talk about the will, the power. I mean, the motivation and all that. You know, yeah, that's cool. But we know why he really number one. At least I know why he really number one. Mm-hmm. It's just you kind of need a Patreon that dives into the depths of the reason why he's number one. Oh, because it's okay. There's reasons behind that reason why he's number one. That I'm gonna leave.
He did have a great college career.
Great college career, but top 5 best players of all time.
I was about to say he shouldn't be top 5.
Top 5.
If there was an all-time AP All-America 5th team, he shouldn't be on it. But that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, Kev was.
Yeah. Gee, what's your thoughts, man?
Man, if we looking at total body of work, that's 4 years, right? We looking at 4 years. Then I mean, that's arguably reason why he's there, because he played all 4 years on a high level. He gave up everything on the field, getting knocked out so many times that when he got to the league, they didn't know if he had if his head was still attached to his neck. Right. Constant regard for his safety. He's reckless, but he would put his head down and try to run you over. Is he quarterbacky enough? I'm not sure. Maybe that's why it didn't pan out for him later on. But I don't know. We talking about 4 years, total body of work. I can understand that. We talking like best great seasons, like best quarterback who's done it, came in, fried the league, and then left. You have to put somebody else there. But for 4 years, 4 years, I can kind of see why they put him there.
Okay.
So you think the longevity piece is a big reason why?
Yeah.
All right. Sneak.
So they got him as the quarterback.
First team
quarterback. I got a lot of options that could fit into that spot that likely could be easily justified. So that's just the technical aspect of this listing. The other thing is the fact that most of his damage was on the ground. I don't care where he lines up. He was playing a lot of running back. it doesn't matter that he lines up under center. He's running the ball. He
Yeah,
really was an effective running back.
Mm-hmm. But real
You
quick,
just showed all those plays.
Yeah.
And the most damaging plays is on the ground. And it really doesn't have anything. Like, I saw the one nice throw to the left side against, I don't know who it was. But, like, I'm looking at guys like Vince Young who were doing both at elite level. And this guy was elite as a running back. But the truth is this, bro. And this is what Transformer was talking about with the Patreon.
Right.
Tim Tebow is the original Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like the machine behind it. He's the original Caitlin Clark.
Right.
So I'm not going to let that cloud my judgment and say I need to put him at first. I saw Vince Young play at Texas.
Yeah.
I know what he was doing. I'm just saying that there's different levels, and there's no way that Tim Tebow's the highest order. Absolutely not.
Fair enough. So I agree with all you guys. I'm not going with Tebow at all on this. But I will say it's interesting. One of the things that Kelvin Washington said when he was talking on the Odd Couple there, we don't consider Tebow a passing guy, but in college, he completed 66% of his passes. He threw for over 9,000 yards, 88 touchdowns, and 16 picks. That is kind of crazy.
That's
if
a good number.
Right. If we look at those final 3 seasons, he led the league. He led the country in yards per attempt and air yards per attempt. And he didn't play in an air raid. Right. So, like, there is a little bit of nuance there. Now, all that said, he was an elite running back as well. We saw him run for almost 900 yards in 2007 and more than 900 yards in 2009. But we also have to keep into account this. I counted him up on his teams. If you don't include Cam Newton, because I think Cam Newton was with him for 1 year there.
2 years.
Was it 2 years?
Freshman and sophomore year.
Okay. So if you don't include Cam Newton, right? Tim Tebow he played with 26 guys who would go on to play in the NFL. Extremely, extremely talent-laden football team, right? Now, you can't take that away from him, but when you're looking at this and you're measuring all-time greatness, you have to take all these things into account, right? So it's not like he was, dragging a subpar team to championships. They were loaded. And even though he's a 2-time national champion, we also have to look at it. For that first chip, he was a kind of, a trick play gadget guy, right? Chris Leak was the starting quarterback for that first one. And then he won the second one. Now, was Tim Tebow great in college? Yes. To put Tim Tebow as the number 1 quarterback all time on the AP All-America list is absolutely absurd. Absurd. Now, I have a couple of arguments here, and I will go with a guy that makes a legitimate argument, but I also would put above Tebow, but wouldn't make number 1. Now, G brings up the interesting question, right? And we get this all the time in basketball. Is it peak greatness or is it what do you call it? Longevity. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Transformer.
Damn, I'm white now?
I guess so.
I need to flick my hair. Hold up.
Wow.
Flick my hair. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But here's the guy that we can make a legitimate argument for. And we got to go back a little bit to the mid-90s. And if anybody remembers, Tommy Frazier. He was an absolute animal. I remember, I want to say 1996 national championship game here against Florida. And he and Nebraska completely dismantled them. And this was a team that basically ran a wishbone, didn't do a whole lot of throwing. I think he was 49% completions for his career. And I think he's got like 3,000 passing yards for his career. But the guy was the consummate winner. He was elite on the ground. But he was also on a team that was loaded, right? He had Amon Green and Lawrence Phillips as his running backs. He had an elite defense, and they were just smashing everybody, an elite O-line as well. So Tommy Frazier played in 3 national championship games, won 2 of them, and won MVP in all 3. He won MVP of the national championship game in a losing effort.
In a losing effort.
That doesn't happen anymore. Like, to be able to do that is insane. Look at this. Look at this. This doesn't make any sense. Look at this.
Can't get me down.
Right. He on that LeBron. Oh,
And take it to the oh my God. You mentioned we was gonna see how long it lasted. It didn't last a day.
But in all seriousness,
not one
man,
show.
No, Tommy Frazier was an absolute beast, right? Now, are the stats comparable? No. One, because slightly different era, and two, totally different system, right? So you can see not anywhere near the passer Tebow was, 49.5%, and 3,521 passing yards in 4 years. Not great, right? And then he didn't even rush for as much as Tebow did. But again, he had two elite running backs who would go on to play in the NFL who were getting the bulk of the carries. But as you could see, Tommy Frazier was extremely dangerous in that wishbone/triple option scheme. So if you look at what he was able to do in college on that level, I think you have to make a legitimate argument for him being better than Tim Tebow. So before we get to the guy that I think should be the guy at number one, what are your thoughts on Tommy Frazier and where he stands, and should he be ahead of Tim Tebow on this list?
I mean, you just said it without saying. The man had 3 MVPs, one of them in a losing effort.
Crazy.
So my team lost the game, but I'm that damn good that I'm still the MVP of this whole game. Right? That goes to say how the man was a beast, bro. I mean, you just showed the one play. It was like 4 or 5 defenders that touched him, and he still took it 80 yards to the house. Like, come on, man. Like, kid was legit.
Beast mode.
I said kid. I mean, that man was legit. I'm calling him kid, but we're looking at college film.
Right.
So kid is the first thing coming to mind.
We're all old enough to remember here, G. You remember how great Tommy Frazier was in those Nebraska days?
Yeah.
Beast mode. Yeah. You think he should be ahead of Tebow, or you still got Tebow ahead of him based on volume of work?
He passes the eye test. I think the stats is what what they went off of. Stats.
Okay. Fair enough. Sneed,
it's kind of like, I hate to do this, but it's kind of like the Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson kind of comparison all over again, right? When you start looking at the MVP from last season, and even though stats was there, we still figured out a way the eye test wasn't to some.
Okay. Sneed.
Looks good to me. I'm okay with it if you want to put him ahead of Tebow. Tebow's in the conversation, though. I mean, I don't want people to get the wrong idea and think Tebow's not one of the most prolific quarterbacks to ever play the game. I think you have to. I think out of respect, you look at the productivity, the winning. He's in the conversation. I'm perfectly good with it. But Tommy Frazier, for sure, bro. For sure.
All right. So now let's get to, we'll go ahead and we'll take it to the guy that I believe highest peak I've ever seen in a college football quarterback, and the guy that I believe should be first team all-time AP All-American, and that is Cameron Newton.
That season was freaking electric.
What? Transformer, you with me on this?
That season was electric, bro.
Yes. So to watch what he did to literally carry this team, right? Almost 3,000 passing yards, 1,400 plus rushing yards, won the Heisman Trophy, took them to the national championship. Here's where it moves for me, and I've never been the biggest Cam Newton fan. At the end of the day, Cam Newton did not have another offensive player on that team that played in the NFL.
Nope.
That's putting it on your back. That's really Superman. He did the whole Superman thing. That was his thing. That is Superman, because there was not another offensive player on that roster that played in the NFL. That doesn't make any sense. Defensively, one guy, Nick Fairley, right? And he wasn't great, but he made it. So to look at the team that Cam Newton carried. Now, let's say Cam Newton doesn't get kicked out of school at Florida. Do we really believe that Tim Tebow is starting over Cam Newton if he doesn't get kicked out of school? And do we really believe that Cam Newton doesn't maybe dominate to a historical level with the amount of talent that we talked about that was on that Florida team? 26 guys who played in the pros. Like, we have to look at this stuff now. Nuance, man. What are your thoughts? I don't think there's much to be said. What are your thoughts on this?
The man was a quarterback and led the conference in rushing yards and touchdowns. The man was the quarterback, led the conference. And we're talking to SEC, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the SEC. This is big dogs.
Yes.
The big dogs. You know what I mean? The Bamas, the Georgias, and all them.
Mm-hmm.
Led the conference in touchdowns and rushing yards.
Yeah.
While
1,400 plus rushing yards. I think 20 rushing touchdowns that year.
20 touchdowns, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
While adding 30 through the air.
Come on, man. Come on, Transformer. Come on, man.
You couldn't stop. The dude was he was a quarterback with a lineman's body, with a linebacker's body. You couldn't hit him. Like he'll run through you. You couldn't bring a safety to him. He's going to run through the safety.
Mm-hmm.
You can't chase him with a DN because you just go outrun the DN.
Right.
Like,
and if his receiver, beats his man, as we saw, he can deliver the football.
He can deliver the football.
Mm-hmm.
He could put it right on the money, right? You give him okay, Joe Burrow, his season, he had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, two of the best receivers in the NFL.
And that's no disrespect. We know how great Joe Burrow is.
That season was phenomenal for Joe
Clyde
Burrow.
Edwards,
But you had
Thaddeus Moss
at the running back, yes,
right.
You give Cam one of those guys, just one. Just give him one.
We're looking at something insane. Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was a landslide, and when they won the national championship anyway, it would have just been worse. It would have just been at a much worse scale because now you have a threat on the outside. You got a threat deep, and then you got to worry about this big freight train running through. What he's like 6'5"?
6, yeah. Yeah.
Think about 6'5", about 250. Like, bro, man.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Bro was a train, man. That's all I got.
100 rushing yards, 20 rushing touchdowns, 30 passing.
Can I add something?
And he got a receiving touchdown.
Can I add something in there?
Yes,
what you guys are discussing. So you're talking about a quarterback who is very balanced in terms of like throwing and running.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Right. So like, and now actually the guys we've been talking about, they're all like that. It's like legitimately the rushing and the throwing is
less so Tommy Frazier, but yeah, I get it.
Right. But you're talking about a guy that if he had receivers,
his
stats would have been 10% better, his throwing stats. He wasn't throwing as much. So like saying if he had these wide receivers, how much more would you have expected? Maybe
that
some
is
extra
it's a worse threat. Yeah, he's going to throw more.
Yeah, I think.
But his guys were already open. And when he was throwing it, he was delivering it to those guys. I don't think it would have been that different. I think it would have been a little bit more prolific. You would have had a few more yards. You would have had a few more TDs on a season basis. But still, the most dangerous aspect of their game was the fact that once they got to the second level as a runner, they were putting pain onto people and still making them miss. So what does that have to do with who's on the wide receivers?
I think Cam would have run less if he had elite wide receivers.
Speculation.
Well,
I still think it would have been 50-50 because that's how they were winning the games. The coach is not going to deviate from what wins. The coach is going to ask them, you think that those guys were ready to throw the ball an extra 20 times a game just because they had weapons? I still think they're going to play the game the way it was.
When you have a threat like that, like a Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, that just makes your offense that much more unpredictable. Because now I have to worry about this receiver. Now I got to double this guy. So that takes away from Cam Newton.
But you're talking about Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah, the weapons that he had. Yeah.
But Joe Burrow is that kind of quarterback. It's the coach's. It's his duty to exploit the strength of that quarterback. The strength of Cam and Vince. It's the dual threat. So you have to do both. If I have Burrow, I need to focus on what he's great at. That's how you would win the game.
Well, I agree that when you have a player like that, you got to do both. But where I will push back, Sneed, is that you have to do less of both when you have more weapons to surround that player with. That's how I see it.
Tebow walked so Shador could run.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know either.
Yeah, I saw it out. See, for once, I was in the chat. I wasn't going to say anything. See, I wasn't. You always get on me about that. I was gonna.
What was that?
I have no. Because what's it? King of the Chat earlier said that Vince Young walked so that Cam could run. Right. So, no, I don't know what Clint Moses really. I don't know what he's referring to, but
yeah, man.
Yeah,
maybe it's at Steve. Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Okay, so let me ask you guys this before we open the lines up. Is there another quarterback maybe I've forgotten that you guys think should be at that QB1 spot on this all-time All-America list?
No, you got mine. Cam Newton was definitely mine.
Okay, so I'm
Cam Newton as well. We're going to put Cam Newton off of the one season?
Yes. Yes.
If I want to talk, because it depends on how you want to define the longevity. Or
it's just a college career,
right?
That's all this is. So a 1-year career.
I'm looking at best for me. Best.
Yeah. I'm thinking best
Cam
quarterback
Newton is the best quarterback that I ever saw in college.
Okay, how many times was Cam Newton the best quarterback in NCAA college football?
You only needed the one.
Right, one.
So if a guy was the best college football quarterback and did it like 3-4 times and was as dominant as Cam Newton at least 1 or 2 of those times, you guys don't
who was as dominant as Cam Newton?
Vince Young.
He only one season.
But that's what I'm saying. He's got
he also had more help, Jamal Charles and when
why
you have
does
more help, I think
why are we doing that though? Like the teams are playing, the teams are winning. And winning is part of the team achievement.
I think when you can do more with less, it shows your greatness. More so. I'm a believer in that.
Less. He averaged less rushing yards that season. He averaged 100 more passing yards than Cam Newton his season.
Okay.
I'm just saying we don't need
Cam blows him out of the water.
I'm just saying we don't need to dismiss Vince Young's.
I'm not.
Because a lot of the same things you guys are describing, Vince was doing.
Right.
It's really close. Like I'm picking Vince. I'm not taking Cam Newton. I'm putting Vince there.
Because
Vince did it I think Vince did it better. I think Cam did it better for the 1 year. I mean, but Vince's
only did it 1 year. Vince wasn't that great for all 3 years.
He was a champion, right? He got the Rose Bowls. His performances are prolific. He has a lot of the same things that Cam Newton did for the 1 year. You guys are giving it to Cam for the 1 year.
Right.
You're giving it to Vince for the 1 year. Vince only had one true good season.
Vince has a body of work, so we can look at his productivity. His 30 games, which if he would have played another season, then it would have looked a little bit different. But he passed the ball quite a bit. His completion percentage was decent. It was 62%. It's not like Tebow's 66 or whatever, but I mean, it's still fine, bro. He had 6,000 yards passing. You're acting like he only played one season like Cam Newton.
But it was only one season like Cam Newton's.
But that's what I'm saying. If he's got a season like him, they're not as far as you're saying they are.
They are. Cam was the better runner. Better throw. What are we talking about here?
Vince was a good runner. Vince was a good passer. Vince has the Rose Bowls. Vince has the national championship. They're not that different. Fine. Cam Newton's one is a little bit better than
that's
Vince
all we're
Young's
saying.
one. But it's not just 1 year though. This is careers. Look at the guys that were on the first and second teams at all the positions. It's more than one season.
So you're
Archie
taking
Griffin's
career appeal. Me and Bruce is taking one. I got one guy, better quarterback.
But is that the proper way to do this? Is what I'm
it's
asking.
our way. There's two ways to skin a cat, bro.
Yeah, I think that
two ways to skin a cat.
Again, this comes down to the same thing that we always get to and win in sports? Is it longevity, body of work, or is it peak? And I think when
it says all-time AP list.
Yeah, but I think when they
it
say
doesn't say best college seasons ever. And
well,
none of those guys,
then keep it at Tim Tebow. Then they're right.
And then
I don't even know if they're. Yeah,
but then they're right. If you're going by your logic, then they're right. Tim Tebow should be the best.
If we're going by first logic, then it is Vince Young. Then it
How?
should be.
Well, he only has one season like that.
Why do you keep saying that?
Pull up Vince Young. Pull up Vince Young's numbers.
Complete college career.
3 years,
multiple seasons.
His first year, he has 1,100 passing yards. Am I supposed to be okay with that as a quarterback? No.
I mean, what do you want him to
1,100?
What do you want him to have?
1,100 passing yards.
Well, what did he have the following year?
1,800. Is that good?
What did he have the following year?
3,000.
So we have a guy who's
progressing to be better, but then all 3 years he wasn't that guy.
But his best season is similar to and as good or close to good, say, is like Cam's or Tim Tebow's best season. He got national championship. He got Rose Bowl victories. He's got all the really good numbers. When I look at it collectively, he's in the conversation. Well, if you look at it collectively, Tebow did the same thing that Vince did in 1 year 3 times. But I have to play what if Vince Young played a second or a third year as the guy. No, I'm saying if I do that, then I'm like, okay, well, Cam Newton would have been the best regardless. But I mean, Vince Young's in the conversation, bro. They're like,
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying that.
For my eye test and statistical production, and again, I have to take into account that he just didn't have it around him the way some of these other guys did. For me, that makes Cam Newton, whether it's 1 year or not, the best college quarterback I've ever seen. And I'm still relatively young in this discussion, so maybe it's somebody else. But for me, that's how I see it.
Like, here's Vince Young's best season.
Differently.
Here's Vince Young's best season.
Okay.
He wins the national championship. They go 13-0, perfect season. I mean, that's a lot of that Tim Tebow stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very similar. Heisman Trophy, like all these things.
Never won a Heisman. He didn't get one.
No, Vince didn't win a Heisman.
Nah.
First team All-American. He didn't win the Heisman.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought he won it that year back in what was that, 06?
The year he beat Reggie Bush?
05.
Reggie Bush got it in 06?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I'm going Cam. But like I see your argument, but I'm going Cam. Let's go ahead and open up these.
No, Vince is definitely up there though. That's for sure. Vince was
right.
I mean, you had to beat Reggie some goddamn how.
Yeah, Reggie. Like, we kind of knew Reggie was going to win it all year. I don't know how Vince was going to win it.
Yeah.
Now that I think back at 06, like that was some crazy Reggie Bush buzz, bro. Every time you watch, remember we used to watch ESPN back then, right? Like the independent YouTube space was not a thing. So like every ESPN highlight reel was Reggie bringing it back. He'll
go one way. Oh no! Yeah. Oh, they're that way. I'm going back the other way.
And
defense to the edge, dude.
Remember when they used to do the speedometer and they'd get him going like 23 miles an hour on
clocking, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Aircraft carrier. We already referenced it that he got kicked out of school in Florida. I don't know exactly what that has to do with the discussion. But all right, let's go ahead and we'll open up the lines, and we got King of the Chat, Steve, waiting to speak. Steve.
King Steve.
I'm back.
Yes, sir.
So I think we can all let's have a beginning truce. We can all agree it's not Tebow.
Yes.
He's in the discussion. I think I would have him, if I were to do this in a top 5, I would have him at 5. He's in the discussion, but I would have him at 5.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Now, I want to dive into this because this is kind of where I was interested in, and I like where it went. So I'm Team Vince. I would put Vince number 1. I can understand the argument for Cam, and honestly, I would have Cam 3 behind Frazier. And this is where I'd say, where it's it sounds hypocritical, but it's yes, I'm going to hold the longevity against Cam. And a lot of it was his own doing. where it's like I'm going to give the advantage to guys like Vince and Tommy Frazier, who have more they have more of a sample size that we could see. And like, yes, I'll happily say I'll hold the longevity. Not that I'll hold the longevity against Tebow, but I don't think it matters as much when you factor in that his freshman year he really didn't play, and he got the benefits of being on a national championship team, and it kind of gets like thrown into his legacy, where it's like he really wasn't the guy his freshman year. And why I would go Vince is because, and Twizzler, you're my guy, but this, like, he did it more than 1 year. Like, he won back-to-back Rose Bowls. The guy was like 30-2 as a starter. So it's not like it was the same as Cam, where it was like he played multiple years, but only had that one crazy awesome year. Cam only had 1 year to go off of, and it was crazy awesome for sure. Grant that. But the way Vince did it, it's like, man, how do I want to say this? I give Vince the advantage because, one, yes, longevity I think goes in his favor. And two, what Vince did at the peak, meaning beating USC, the team that was unbeatable at the time. That USC team was like the 2000 Miami team. Like, what Vince did in the biggest moment against the best of the best, against the guy who won the Heisman and Reggie, you could clearly see who was the best on that team. Nothing against Cam. He won the championship, but him beating, I believe it was Oregon, him beating Oregon is not even comparable to what Vince did in that Rose Bowl against USC. Now, that's not to say that Cam isn't in the argument. I have him 3, but I do think the longevity kind of does go in to account against Cam when you're comparing someone like Vince and Frazier.
Hold on, Steve. Steve, 1 second.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to use the term longevity. We'll just say multiple years.
For sure. Okay, fair.
I don't even know if you can have longevity in college, because
that's fair.
You can only play for, at best, 5 years, right? Like,
no, what's the one guy who played 7 years?
Yeah, but that's only because of those COVID things.
We use the term longevity, relatively speaking, for college. Right. So,
but it's not long to do something 4 times is not longevity.
No, but in terms of college football,
in terms of the college, so we know there's a definitive end to the collegiate career within this time frame. Like, I agree with you. I like hampering down on linguistics. Like, I agree. Like, we should hash these things out so we're all to an understanding. But I think we can all agree when we're saying longevity, it's within this parameters of a college career. Like, there's a start and a cutoff. It's not like pros.
Right.
But I would agree. Multiple seasons, I'll even clear up. Like, what Cam did in multiple seasons, I would give him the edge over someone like Cam, who, again, nothing against him. His one season that we saw was insane. If we were to say in an individual, if we were to clarify this as like the greatest season, then I would understand the Cam argument a little bit better. And I might even concede we're like, Cam's
but all those guys, Steve,
quarterback.
But Steve, all the guys on the first team, Ndamukong Suh, like Archie Griffin, there's not one season for these guys.
Right.
So we're gonna move the goalpost.
Is, and I would agree why I would say Vince over Cam. But if we were to hyper specify and say this is a 1 season peak list, like the best season per position, then I would say, okay, then I think Cam, you could argue Cam over Vince. But given the body of work, I would go Vince.
Parts of these lists would change, by the way. There would be players moved around.
For sure. Yeah, it would change things up. But I think we can, again, let's all get back on the same team again. We can all agree that it's not Tebow. Tebow deserves credit. I can even, like G was mentioning, I can understand why Tebow's, based off the eye test, I wouldn't vote for Tebow. But based off of the merits, the statistics, the multiple seasons of getting it done, I can see why people vote that way. But like, when you're talking to guys who watch ball, it's like nobody is going to take Tebow over Cam Newton, Vince Young, Tommy Frazier. I wouldn't even take him over
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take him over Burrow.
That Burrow season was insane.
It was insane.
It was.
Ask you, Steve, before we let you go, man, I'm going to ask you this real quick. So I don't disagree with most of what you said, but the players around him doesn't mean anything to you? Vince Young had 22 guys on his team that went to the NFL.
I would agree.
Go at 26. Like, come on.
I would agree. I think that's a factor. But the way I guess my counter to that would be the team, like, okay, I would agree. During the regular season, what Cam did with the lack of NFL players around him is it's amazing. We'll probably never see something like that again. But where I guess my retort would be, do I think Cam playing that Oregon team and winning a championship is as comparable as Vince beating USC in the competition that he faced against USC? I would still say I think what Vince did was more impressive to like cement his legacy as this quarterback, similar to Cam. Like Cam getting it done and winning the championship is what cements him in his legacy. Similar with Vince, him beating USC, given that he had more around him, but he was facing way tougher of opponent in that USC team than Cam ever faced playing Oregon. And I'd have to go through that SEC schedule, which I'm sure Alabama that year was loaded, and him coming back and beating Bama, you could argue, hey, Steve, well, he beat Bama in the SEC championship, and that Bama team was loaded. So it's like I'd have to concede there. But I agree. Like, I definitely think there's merit there, Bruce. I think that's a good argument piece pro Cam. But for me, it's just like, man, this is going to sound illogical because it's not based on anything. But it's like, dude, my eye test, Vince was just different.
Okay.
And I can't say that.
Cam, so.
Yeah, I can't say that goes against Cam because you could easily say that for Cam as well. But I'll always be Team Vince. What I saw in that Rose Bowl, I was like, this will never be done. Like, this is like peak performance in the biggest moment. But
all right, Steve, we're going to leave it right there, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man.
Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Archie, that was Julio Jones, Alabama, Eddie Lacy, Trent Richardson, Mark. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was
Bruce,
team.
Real quick, Bruce. RG3, 2011, 4,300 yards passing, 47 TDs total, 37 throwing, 10 on the ground, 72% plus passing percentage, 700 yards rushing. Won the Heisman, 9-3 season. I think it's probably that regular season finish that keeps him out of these discussions because they didn't win like the other guys won national championships. Right. That's really it. Because he won the Heisman. That year. So RG3 had a huge year.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's a great one. The Mongoose. That was the Mongoose.
That's Bruce.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Good morning, boys and girls.
There's the girl.
How you feeling, Bruce? Man, you feeling better, brother?
Maintaining, man. I'm getting there. Thank you.
Oh, so. How you feeling, Gene?
Here, what's going on, bro?
My man. Hey, I would say this about Tim Tebow when he was playing at Florida. To be truthful, he was fun to watch. I'm gonna be real. I mean, you may not like it. Them putting him at number one is, their opinion. I guess is also subjective. I guess it was kind of cool. I mean, Tim Tebow was like one of the most exciting college college football players. I would admit to that.
Agreed.
He most definitely was, like, his image, everything, the perfect guy image, and the speech and blood, and he was tough as nails. Now, don't get it twisted. He was tough as nails at Florida. He wasn't soft.
Just like Caitlin Clark.
So definitely give him respect for that. They got him number one all time. I mean, hey, everybody had their opinions. I guess they don't make that as a fact. Okay, now you said Cam Newton. That's one of the best I ever seen too live. Auburn was unranked that year coming in. They wasn't ranked in the top 25.
That's big.
And how they walked that down. Man, listen, I will say this. That game against Alabama when he came out that second half, that's probably one of the greatest. In my opinion, the greatest college football game I've seen. Alabama had him beat in the Iron Bowl. I had thinking about had him down like 3 touchdowns. He walked that down. So for them to be unranked at the beginning of the year and walk it down to number 1, I mean, come on now, you got to give it to Cam. But y'all might call me being biased. Lamar's Heisman year, the best I've ever seen all time. That's why everyone like come on here and disrespect Lamar Jackson on here, man, when he was at Louisville. He almost won it back to back. If you go to Sneed, look at his Hall of Fame year stats. Real quick, Sneed, if you can. Pull it up. Just real quick. I ain't gonna stay on here long. I ain't gonna talk out of death. Lamar Jackson, Louisville Heisman year. And he almost won it back to back. 16 and 17. He was nominee. I think 16. It was 16? Yeah. 16, 17. Lamar Jackson, Louisville. That's
16 17, yeah.
Listen, yes, Cam did his thing at Auburn and he won the ring. He got the trophy. There's no way. If you look at Cam highlights and look at Lamar Heisman highlights, nowhere close. Nowhere close. Tommy Frazier, no one. Nowhere close to look at Lamar Jackson Heisman highlights. No, ain't nobody nowhere close as that.
Yeah,
it's talent.
Hold up.
Nowhere close.
Hold up. There's
look at Lamar Heisman year. Is you crazy?
There's other quarterbacks with better statistical seasons than Lamar Jackson.
I'm talking about eye test.
Eye test? Okay. All right.
Let's go eye test. Nowhere close, man. I mean, I don't mean, you'll call me biased, but hey, yes.
He lost against Clemson in the. He lost.
It's my opinion. Well, it's my opinion. Got hold any validity?
Yes, with you.
With me. All right, man. I'm gone, man. I'm done messing with you. I'll holler at y'all. All
right, brother. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, Lamar had a pretty damn impressive season. He finished with 3,500 yards passing, 30 passing TDs, 9 picks, 1,500, almost 1,600 rushing yards, and 21 TDs on the ground.
Yeah,
won the Heisman. Yeah. Didn't he flip over someone in college to get into the end zone?
Was that the Florida State game? I think so.
I think Syracuse, but
okay. I think
bro. He was
Florida State that year. That was insane.
I still to this day believe that Lamar Jackson is one of the biggest overachievers in NFL history. They just didn't think he was going to be.
I don't think he's an overachiever. I think it was always there. They just didn't. They didn't.
Nobody believed it though. In terms of GMs, in terms of
they wanted him to play running back and receiver.
Yeah,
because like bro, you're fast. We just want you to play this position. We don't believe you're not good enough quarterback. Yeah. And here we are today, 2 MVPs.
That's crazy.
How could that be so far off?
How could that be so far off, bro? 2 league MVPs, and you were telling him to go to running back.
Telling him to go to running back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Oh, was it receiver at Crack Every?
Oh, it was receiver. Yeah.
Okay, receiver. There we go.
Yeah. That's
still
crazy.
I'm not going to throw. I'm the one catching the ball. What? No, I'm a quarterback. Let me show you something. 2 MVPs.
And credit to John Harbaugh, who's like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Stay patient with him. And then he's doing it without like your top 10 receivers, right? Like Zay Flowers is a nice receiver, but
right.
The Ravens roster was never bad.
Yeah. Never bad.
It was never bad. There was always talent there.
Right. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and we'll take it to the final topic, and that is the NFL preseason. I had another college topic, but Transformer was like, we got to talk about NFL. So here we go, y'all.
One of your topics was
I'm gonna let you run that.
Something. It was
it was college football.
What was it?
Yeah, I had all 4 college. Yeah.
What was the 4th one?
Well, I can't remember now, but it was definitely a whole college football show. I know what you're trying to. No, you're trying to say I was going to talk about something else, but I wasn't.
Now be named, yeah.
But I wasn't though. I wasn't. I was straight college football, whole show.
Are you? I promise you that last topic was.
No, it wasn't.
You sure?
Yeah.
We'll look at it after the show. We'll look at it after the show. But of course, we're in preseason week 2 of the NFL. We had some changes in some starting lineups because Dylan Gabriel had started for the Cleveland Browns, and our main man Sneed saw some things. I also saw some things, and we're doing a little comparison to Mr. Shedeur Sanders. So, Sneed, this is your team. Let's roll with it. What you got?
Dylan Gabriel got the start. Likely because Shedeur had the oblique injury. I think the Browns likely would have wanted to give Shedeur another first half and then give Dylan Gabriel the second half. Dylan Gabriel played decent, but threw a horrible pick.
6.
It turned into pick 6. Completely unnecessary. Did not have to happen. He threw it. There was like 2 receivers there. That could have been a receiver issue. The routes weren't run properly, but you just got to throw it away. He wasn't even pressured. He was rolling away out of the pocket. You could have just threw it out of bounds and gotten out of trouble.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a pick 6. Stupid. And then there was a stretch play where he was really reaching to try to get the ball to the running back on a stretch run. And then it was a bad exchange between quarterback, running back, leads to a turnover, fumble. So those 2 things, really bad blemishes on the performance. What I saw when analyzing the plays, he did have some happy feet, which I kind of expect, but that's not really the issue. He is not a deep ball threat on any of the plays that I saw. Like, wasn't even really looking downfield far. So, like, I didn't see enough of that. The best plays he had were first reads, 5 to 10 yards. I didn't see anything because with Shedeur, I saw second and third reads, and I saw a couple of deeper throws, which led to touchdowns. So I can confidently say from the 2 games I watched from these 2 guys, Shedeur has more quarterback-ready skills right now than Dylan Gabriel for the NFL, because I saw Shedeur make throws down the sideline beyond 10 yards. And I saw Shedeur make progressions that led to touchdown throws. And when the coverage was tight, Dylan Gabriel was less accurate. Balls in the dirt, not accurate, too far ahead of the receiver. And anytime the ball had to get zipped in there with real firepower, not accurate. So that's what I saw in his first game. I'm not saying give up on Dylan Gabriel. I'm saying Shedeur clearly played better in his first preseason game than Dylan Gabriel.
So would you consider Dylan Gabriel more of a project right now, while Shedeur is the more readier quarterback?
Based on the 1 game each. The other thing I think that's important to mention here is you don't necessarily give up on Dylan Gabriel. I just have to say, like, Shedeur needs investment. Like, there's a reason why they drafted him. He can play, and then he showed you he could play. He just played better than Dylan Gabriel based on those parameters.
So all in all, the GM currently has a 1-up over the owner of the Browns.
I don't understand. Well, what I'm saying is I don't understand how you could still have Shedeur ranked as the bottom on the QB. It just doesn't make it. You're basically just saying my depth chart doesn't matter because I don't have the worst guy as the last guy.
Yeah.
I'm just playing with you.
Gotcha. Bruce.
I'm saying, so I didn't see this game, so I'm deferring to Sneed on this, but I'm wondering, okay, so he's got the pick 6, which obviously was a bad one, but at 13 for 18, were there that many bad passes? Because I heard you say he threw the dirt balls and he threw some other things.
I saw a couple of dirt balls. I saw a couple ahead of the receiver.
Okay.
When there was tight coverage, which either tells me he went to the wrong play or didn't make the proper read and then go to the next option. He's not polished as Shedeur is.
That's interesting, being that what he played 6 years in college. I mean, listen, I have Shedeur over him as well, so it's
longevity.
not that wrong. But no, but I mean, just, having that much experience and playing in multiple different offensive schemes, you would think polish would be something that he would not be lacking. So I just think it's interesting. And also in a situation like that where you're saying in those tight window situations, he's having difficulty completing those passes. I guess to me that says that the coach has to acknowledge that and scheme those things up for him.
His reads, Shador's reads on those TD passes were important.
Mm-hmm.
He acknowledged who was open and how he had to throw the ball.
Right.
I didn't see that same thing from Gabriel.
Okay.
G, got anything?
It's preseason. I can't wait till it's over.
I forgot who I was at. I don't even know why I bothered asking.
Right. Yeah, G don't play with the preseason.
Oh, man, I can't wait till it's over, man. I think we also gotta pay attention to the podium presence as well. That's another thing that they use to kind of vet their quarterbacks, even though they're not really vetting their quarterbacks. They just pan all of them. I don't know why they have so many quarterbacks, but we know that Joe Flacco is probably going to be the starter. If the question is, what is the question when it comes to the Toilet Bowl Browns? I really don't know. Why are we talking about them during the preseason? No disrespect, Sneed, but
man, that is disrespect, bro. You can't just call them. Hold on a second, bro. How you gonna say no disrespect after you disrespect, bro?
This Sunday that God gave us, we want to talk about the Cleveland Browns. It's more of a Shador question than anything. I think,
man, if I had a water balloon right now, I'd throw it at you, bro.
His name draws a lot of buzz to the point where in preseason we're talking about the Toilet Bowl Browns. You and Old Sergeant Major are the only Browns I know in this world. Browns fans that I know in this world. But I will say we destroyed the Cowboys. I want to add that to the list of things we talk about today. We destroyed a already imploded Cowboys. I think they looking to replace and get Archie Manning. Arch Manning.
Arch Manning.
Yep, Arch Manning. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry didn't pick him up going into next year if he does decide to come out. I don't know. He's probably going to be. He's already rich, so I mean, at this point, it's just sibling rivalries. But that's all I got for this NFL preseason topic. Thank you guys for listening, and go Ravens.
Yeah, go. By the way, your Ravens are my old Browns, bro. So slow down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh.
We call that armed robbery. We just pull up, take what we want, and keep moving, and then win Super Bowls with the same team.
Yeah, ball is.
And then leave a hole in the hearts of all the Browns fans as their team becomes the new Ravens. Thank you for attending my TED Talk, Steve.
I bet. Toilet Bowl, it said no disrespect. Like, wait, what, bro? You just called them the Toilet Bowl Browns, bro.
That's what I would expect. That's what I would expect the shameless Ravens fans to say.
Shameless.
Wow.
Talk that talk, Sneed.
No
talk that talk.
The only Browns that float, the only Brown to get to the top is the toilet. That's the shit, bro.
Oh God!
All right, let's do this, y'all. There's another aspect to the Cleveland game yesterday that people are making a kind of fuss over, and I think is highly overrated. Sneed, you care to tell us about that a little bit?
Which one, Bruce?
The Dylan Gabriel's comments.
Oh yeah. He said, it was a comment about,
entertainers,
entertainers, and everybody assumed that it was obviously shade at Shador, but then I think he course corrected and made sure he said it was about the media.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting that people wanted to jump all over that without listening to the entire comments. But you know me, I'm a journalist, so I got the whole comments.
There you go.
So we'll listen to the in-game comments, then we'll listen to the post-game. So here we go.
You gave us some fabulous wisdom on how you tune out the noise and you don't let it infiltrate yourself. Will you share that with everybody at home?
Yeah, I think it's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
All right, so that was the first part of the full quote, which I didn't see anything of issue there. And of course, got a lot of people wanting to make it into an issue of, oh, he took slick this at Shedeur and this and that. So before we hear the post-game portion of it in the presser, what did you guys think of that? Did you feel like it was a shot at Shedeur?
Not at all. Not at all. The media, not media, but the fan bases want to make a stink out of something that should have just been like, okay.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp tried to make it a big deal on Nightcap last night.
He did?
Yeah, he made it a big deal. Mm-hmm.
But did he hit a post-game conference?
Well, I noticed he didn't play that. I thought that was very interesting. I mean, but, you know, that doesn't if you play that part and then you parse it, it doesn't fit the narrative, right? So yeah.
And sometimes like when these guys are talking like because obviously it's mid-game. So obviously his mind and his everything's focused on gameplay and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And him using the word entertainers while talking to the media and expressing media and things like that. Like, hey, I'm focused on the game. Mm-hmm. Right. But you're interviewing me mid-game. He said that.
Right.
Like, you're interviewing me mid-game. I got to get used to that. You know, clearly entertainers was, he's not pointing at nobody in the locker room. He's not pointing at any of the players. He's pointing at y'all. Like, I'm pointing the finger back at you, the one that got the camera in my face. You want entertainment and stuff like that, clicks and baits and stuff like that. You got it now.
Right.
You got it. So, yeah. It was overblown. It was vastly overblown. And I'm glad they had the post game though.
I thought so.
Talk about it.
G, your thoughts on the comments?
His TED Talk's over.
Really.
All right.
Yeah, man. I ain't really got too much to say, man. I think it was just a play, something just to create fuss. Just something to bring attention to the guy and the internal gripes. We see this all the time. And try to create that quarterback controversy. Right. And neither one of them will start.
Yeah.
There you go. Great point. Keep it simple. Sneed.
Yeah, I didn't think it had anything to do with Shedeur. I don't even see how there's a pathway for him to win in the court of public opinion against Shedeur.
Not even close.
Yeah, so like this was only potential to hold an L. So he clearly needs to just think about some of those things moving forward. That these things can be portrayed that way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear what he had to say in the post game, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up.
All you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said before. I'm all about our team, you know what I mean, and each other. I would never make that, and I've said it before, that's why it's interesting. But for me, I've explained it. Entertainers are you all, competitor, that's what I am, and all my teammates, and we both have jobs to do, so that's it.
So that's interesting. If he
said the same thing backwards,
if he's made this commentary previously, then why is anyone even trying to make this an issue? Well, I know why, but if he's made this commentary previously, then I think it's much ado about nothing.
He said the same thing backwards.
He did.
For what he said in the middle of the game, he just said it backwards to now kind of break it down to explain what you're saying. He literally stated in the first one, you guys, here, interviewing me mid-game, it's entertainment. Like, I got to get used to that. I'm talking about y'all. Like, I'm not like this ain't got nothing to do with Shedeur. But that went so far and so fast over everybody's head that it's just.
Some things Transformer can be taken literally and should be. Other things, can and should be taken like reading between the lines. This one to me was literal. He was literal about the media reference. It didn't have anything to do with anything else.
Literally.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, get that water, Bruce.
Yeah, man. Top back on all that.
Oh boy.
The two things I don't like, actually, the two things I don't like are interviewing losing fighters after a match and interviewing players in the middle of a competition. Those have to be the worst times to ask these guys anything.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially when he's locked in. Like, this man is in the midst of a quarterback battle. He's trying to go out there and play at the highest level. His mind is probably on the playbook, what the line saw, what mistakes I made, what do I need to be looking for? And here you are, you got a camera in my face because it's entertaining.
But he can't do anything about it because that's all in the NFLPA.
That's part of the job.
So, entertainers is you. You want entertainment, like, you know.
I'll just finish it up with this. Again, 6 years in college, played really well at UCF, then played at two big name programs, OU and Oregon. I would think that he would be used to having a mic in his face. So, you know.
But then, you know, I can't even recall him having a lot of mics in his face, even in college.
Yeah.
I don't know.
College is a little different, you know.
Yeah. It is. They can kind of protect you a little more, but still, it's just part of the job.
Yeah. But no, man, it was a great showing for Dylan Gabriel. You know, we got the synopsis from Sneed. Cam Ward also played, went 2 for 7 against the Atlanta Falcons in one drive. Couple of drop passes from some receivers, but other than that, just a not so great showing from the number 1 overall pick. Did either one of you watch that game or watch his drives?
He's gonna start. It doesn't even matter what he does.
That's correct.
Preseason. He's gonna start week 1. We're talking about the guys who are fighting for a spot. You know,
correct. Also, Jackson Dart had a great showing against the New York Jets, in which he played against Justin Fields. 14 of 16, 137 yards, and a touchdown. If you watch that game, Jackson Dart looked great. The moment he entered the field, because I believe Russell Wilson got the overall start, but once Jackson Dart got into the game, it was like he knew where to throw the ball, like all of his reads were great. Reading up the seams, outside throws, knowing when to get rid of the football. Jackson Dart looked good. He looked good. Did anybody catch that game?
I just saw the footage.
Saw the highlights?
Yeah.
No, he made some great throws, man. Obviously, I was a little higher on Jackson Dart coming out of the draft. And of course, I definitely thought that, Shedeur was going to go over him, but I wouldn't have been mad if somebody picked Jackson Dart over Shedeur, but in the first round. I didn't expect to see Shedeur going all the way down to the 5th round, but definitely showing promise in the New York Giants uniform that he's going to be the next up after Russell Wilson. They currently got 4 quarterbacks on the roster. I just not noticed that too. Yep,
it's not a good situation to have, bro. I'm telling you, if you don't have the guy and you got a bunch of guys, like it ain't good.
Yeah, Russell Wilson starting. I believe Jackson Dart may be fighting for the 2nd spot. If not, that's Jameis Winston's spot. Jackson Dart will be 3rd. I'm assuming Tommy DeVito is going to be the 4th on the depth chart. Somebody got to go.
Yeah.
That's 4 quarterbacks
They'll cut somebody.
Yeah. Who do you think they'll cut? Tommy DeVito?
Probably.
Or Jameis Winston?
I don't know, man. Jameis Winston can actually legitimately start NFL games. I'm not saying you're going to have a 500 record.
Yeah.
He's going to throw a lot of picks. It's riskets and biscuits, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what does DeVito bring into the table as a reserve?
Not much at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Dart threw some darts, bro.
No, he did. Jackson Dart did throw some darts. Absolutely.
I'm watching some throws down the seam.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his progressions. His head is up. The arm strength is there. That's a
nice. He had a great game. Great.
How
game.
quick before we get Russell Wilson out of there so they can compete?
Russell Simpson.
Notice this?
Russell Simpson.
Wow. Stetson Bennett threw for 324 yesterday.
What?
I know it's preseason, but 324 and
they let him throw it that much that he could get 300 yards in the preseason.
40 times yesterday.
That's wild.
Threw it 40 times?
Good for him, bro. Good for him.
What y'all think we should open the lines on this topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I saw somebody was in there waiting. All right, go ahead. Click the link and go ahead and share your thoughts on this.
Yeah. And shout out to Austin Genty, man. I know he had a only 3 carries last week, and it was like -1 yard or something like that. But definitely had some good bursts in the 49ers game. Yeah, 7 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. The number 1 running back takes in the draft.
Yeah,
that's all.
5%'s calling for the Giants to cut Wilson.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey,
He's a bum, bro.
Wow.
He was great. He was a fantastic quarterback many years ago.
Yeah. Also
Yeah,
with the
Seahawks was a long
beast
time
mode
ago.
and one of the best defenses ever. So,
And the Legion of Broom.
All right, we
Man,
got
he took the Steelers to the playoffs last year.
Or the
Man,
Steelers took him to the playoffs last year.
I thought the Steelers brought him along the ride.
Right. Bruce, what up?
How y'all feeling, man?
Bruce, hey.
Man, what you got?
What's going on? What I got? Look at Bruce. Hey, Bruce, hey. Man, what the enthusiasm at, man? Don't we have these tech talks all the time, bro? What's going on, man? Up there like a grumpy old man. It's showing no enthusiasm. What's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Good.
On this glorious Sunday morning, man. Stop that, Bruce. The grumpy old man, man.
What you got, man?
Damn. Of course, that was Dylan Gabriel. I watched the game yesterday. He's shaky. He looked like a deer in the headlights. He's a dink and dunker. You know, a dink and dunker, 5 yards, 10 yards, and that's it. He didn't throw the ball down the field. He ain't ready. And as far as him and Shador Sanders, then of course he was throwing shade at Shador. Come on, stop the crap. Everybody had their own opinion. Y'all call me what y'all want. Call me an imbecile. Call me stupid. Call me dummy. But it's my opinion. In my opinion, I truly believe that was a shade towards Shador. Jealousy. It's cool. Those are emotion. Everybody, competitive. He's a competitor. I'm a competitor. And then you have entertainers. Who's the entertainers he referring to? Come on, man. We're not
stated it in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Listen, though. The art of human nature. You don't not read in between lines.
My father told me when I was a young man.
It transform up.
Listen, hey, Bruce, hold on. My father told me many years ago, boy, never assume you make an ass of you and me. Keep that in mind.
Okay. All right, man. I'm an ass because of my opinion.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. What I said is
that's what you're basically saying.
That's
go ahead, bro.
What I'm saying is I'm not assuming. I let people tell me. I don't like to assume what they're saying.
All right, man. Y'all want to act like play dumb like we don't know. It's this street sense right here and common sense. Okay, come on, man. Read between the lines, bro. It's simple, bro. Jealousy. It's cool. Envy. Everybody bumping up, Shador and everybody talking down on me. Come on, man. Human nature, bro. Stop it, bro. It's cool though. Ain't like it never happened before in the NFL. Backup, quarterbacks beefing for playing time, or and then can't battle to see if they, where they're gonna be at on the depth chart. It happens. It's not the first time. It's just magnified because of who Shador is. That's all it is. Come on, man. It is what it is, man. But y'all say it's not. I say it is. We agree to disagree, and that's cool. For the Baltimore Ravens, we in absolute trouble at the backup quarterback, Cooper Rush.
Trade for Russell Wilson.
Lord have mercy, man. He threw a pick 6 yesterday. It just was bad. He's cool. He's not bad. He's all right. He's all right. I guess that's all you ask for at a backup quarterback, right? Is someone to be all right. But come on, man. Like, you can't be throwing those pick sixes. I can see that him throwing one of those every game if, God forbid, knock on wood, something happened in number 8. So I think we got
who out there. He was a decent quarterback at Dallas. So, I mean, he's a pretty good backup.
That's exactly. He did. He played well. He played well yesterday, but still something about pick 16. He just seemed like he always gonna make that boo boo in the big game. Hey man, Asta Genti, man, he looked strong yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Nice strong burst.
Ran the guy over. Mm-hmm. Yes, he gonna be a problem, man. And don't no safeties or no corners gonna want to see that one on one. None. It's gonna be a lot of business decisions made against that young man one on one. You better believe that.
Yeah.
That's real.
A lot of business decisions. And Jackson Dart looked good yesterday. He showed a lot of enthusiasm, showed passion. He was popping his shit. Excuse my language. I like what I saw. You know what I'm saying? So Hey man, we got what 2 weeks left, man, and it's game time, right?
Yes, it
That's
is.
one, right? Oh yeah, yep. 2 weeks.
Eagles Cowboys first game. So we ain't got long, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, man. Huh?
Is that the first Thursday game?
Yes, Eagles Cowboys. The Super Bowl champion always get to pick who they, I guess, play, I guess. So, but yeah, man. Other than that, man, your boys have a good Sunday, man.
Thanks,
Bruce. Yeah, man. You too, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, we got waiting the number one member of the channel. Laker Nation, what's good, brother?
Coach T, what up?
What up, y'all?
What's happening?
Good to see you, Brucey.
What's going on, man?
Man, we have to drag you out of ICU, man. Good to see you back out here, man.
Man, listen, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you surviving the whole show, man.
Yeah, I'm trying, man.
Don't tap out now, man. You
almost
you
there.
You got a few more minutes, man. Just stick to it to the end, man. Come on,
listen,
now.
man. Got tied in a knot, man. Hurting.
You got this, bro. You got this. Nah, I'm sorry I missed the whole show, so I kind of have to update. I came in on when you guys were talking about the college quarterbacks. You know, just to piggyback off that, I don't mind you guys' picks. You know, that's cool. I don't think there's no right or wrong answer unless you pick a USC quarterback. Then that's it. That's all. But Steve kind of took my argument, but I'll just say this. By that time I was on the West Coast, so you know we didn't see a lot of the East Coast ball. Because when I was available, you know, West Coast is right there. So I didn't see you guys got a chance to see a lot of Tim Tebow and all that. I saw Vince Young beat the unbeatable Trojans. So just on that game alone, I give him the nod. But as far as I can't pick like who's my best college quarterback.
You can't?
Nah.
Nah.
Because it's too many. It's very difficult for me to label it down to just one as this was the best. Because there's a lot of quarterbacks that have an argument. You know, Vince Young taking the Heisman winner, the unbeatable Trojans that year down and won it by himself on his legs. Took it the length of the field against a defense that was stout with multiple NFL talent on that team. You know, that's something to talk about. Cam Newton taking Auburn out of the cellar all the way back up. You know, that was something to talk about. Lamar Jackson's Heisman year is something to talk about. Tim Tebow's whole career is something to talk about. Johnny Manziel, what he did in college is something to talk about. So it's too many for me. Now,
bro, I think you're behind. I think you're behind, bro.
No, I'm trying to catch up.
We talking about NFL.
Gino, you didn't hear what I said when I came in the studio. I said I'm catching up. I came in when y'all was talking about the tail end when y'all was talking about college.
Oh, yeah. We talking about the NFL.
Man, I was getting to that. Gino, don't Debo me, man.
No, I ain't Deboing you, bro. It's just, you know, we transitioning.
My man, you got. Man, Bruce, you come back with your security.
Oh man, no, we good, man. We good.
No. I thought you was. I really thought you was behind, bro. I thought you was lagging or something. Or was behind. That's
Nah, bro. Well, get back to the NFL. I don't got too much on the preseason. I want to say I'm gonna be the latter. I don't have no problem with what Dylan Gabriel said after the game. Hey, you were the you guys are battling for a quarterback spot. It's supposed to be a competition. I ain't got no problem with it. I only got a problem with him trying to retract what he said. Man, say what you got to say and back it up on the field. Use that competition. I mean, Shador had a solid game when he had his reps. Gabriel came in, had a solid game when he had his reps. At the end of the day, it's still the Browns. I still think they should give it to Joe Flacco to start the season. That's just my opinion.
I think Flacco's gonna start, bro. I think
that's the wisest choice.
I think so too.
You don't throw them. You can't start the season with two rookies on your depth chart. I mean, you're asking for a disaster. I got a question. What do y'all think? Y'all think they're gonna keep Shador throughout the season, or y'all think they're gonna set him up to move him later?
Keep him.
No, keep him.
I would hope because the GM is one who picked him. The GM wants him. Like, I want him here.
The only person who doesn't want Shador is the owner.
Yeah.
But the owner has the most weight, though.
He said that was his decision. They discussed it, and they made the pick.
You know, it's no disrespect, Sneed, but it's the Browns. I'm not really holding no stock into it.
Why do you guys do this? Will you say no disrespect with the follow-up disrespect? Who taught you these things, bro? Where is the home training on that, bro?
hey, but it's respectful disrespect, because
no, the respect is for me because you like me. But you're saying to hell with the Browns.
Yeah, it's like, man. Dude.
That's classic. Man. You know what? I ain't coming back, bro. This is the last. That's classic.
Yeah. Come on, Sneed. I'll subscribe to your channel. You can't run from me unless you block me off your channel.
I know. You're good people, bro. You're good people.
Nah, Sneed, man, you better not come back on this show. We're gonna get the PI investigator Gino on you and track you down and get you back.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I'm just ready for
save a little more venom for Sundays when they actually play. I'm sure you guys will be dishing it out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for opening day, man. I'm waiting for opening day. No, I'm just saying they got what, 6 quarterbacks on the depth chart, Sneed. They're gonna have to make a decision.
It feels like 6. It's probably 4, I think, but it might as well be 6, bro.
Man, if they sign another quarterback, I'm done.
No. I mean, I think G is right. I think it's going to be Flacco to start, and I think only injury would change that at any point in the front half of the year. You know?
Yeah, because I think it's guaranteed, because he's not even. It don't even look like he's going to participate in the preseason.
Right.
So I think you don't. If he had no reason to play him at all, he wouldn't even be on. Why would you have him just sitting on the roster?
Ideally, you don't want these rookies starting the season. Ideally, you don't want these guys starting in the first month, first 2 months.
Not with that gauntlet of a season. Gauntlet of a season. Gauntlet of a schedule you guys got.
Yeah.
I think all decisions should be made the front end of the season, right? Like, if you're gonna cut a guy, you cut him after that front end. If you're not doing what he's supposed to be doing, then you gotta just let it go, bro. Like, you can't hold on with all those having all those quarterbacks in the backfield. I'm in the back, so
what I don't know. They're gonna have to.
It's the Browns.
They're gonna have to make it. Yep, they're gonna have to make a decision, because they got to free up 2 and 3 roster spots or something. You got to cut it down to 52 in what, 2 weeks? Yeah. When is they have the first cuts yet?
Yeah.
When is the Bruce or transfer?
Mm-hmm.
When is the first cuts? Like, when they got to trim it down?
Should be coming up this week.
Should be coming up this week. Yeah. Because this is about to be the last week of the preseason.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start making those decisions.
That's a lot of goddamn. That's a lot
of people that gonna. But
Coach T, you were technically right. Deshaun Watson is on the roster, so that is 6 quarterbacks.
Yeah, so they got 2 vets, they got 2 rookies, and then some guy that just threw on there just because.
Snoop Huntley.
Yep.
Big Snoop.
Why are you still adding quarterbacks? It's wow.
Yeah, that's funny, bro.
Yeah.
He's he don't want none of these motherfuckers.
No, but I like what Dylan Gabriel did. You're fighting for his spot with Shedeur Sanders, who has all this hype. You go out there, you have a solid performance. Yeah, but at the same token, you're gonna have to go back out there and back it up though. Because Shedeur is gonna go back when he gets his next chance, he's gonna back it up. He's gonna put up the numbers unless he just lays the bed. But Dylan Gabriel's gonna have to back it up. That's it. But I have no idea. If anybody moves off of that route, they move on with somebody. I think poor Deshaun Watson might be the one that get axed.
He's the one getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to make. Dang, I think Bruce didn't like what I said.
No. He resetting something. Resetting one of his cameras. He just put it in the chat.
Oh, I don't have to.
He'll be right back.
I got a bad habit of not having the chat up when I'm in y'all studio.
No. He liked my cell phone.
That's it. I see Aston Jitney running over my defense yesterday.
Oh boy, laid the wood on him. Pause. No,
I was like, whoa. I was like, is that more Genty or as terrible as my tacklers are?
Nah, I think that's more Ashton Genty.
Was this this was yesterday, right?
Yesterday's game,
correct.
Yeah, he was
laid down the wood on that safe. Boof. Like, ooh. Like, ooh.
And he did it again. He did it again on the 1 yard line to get it in the end zone.
Yep.
You guys getting those beast mode vibes?
It's early. It's early, but it's sprinkling in somewhere. Yeah.
And he got the hair too, bro. It's flowing out of there, bro.
Get the things to flowing. Give us some Skittles, and he'll be in there.
And the nice thing about that. Oh, go ahead, G.
No, I was just gonna say the way they play defense now. That's a strong possibility. Strong possibility. Yeah.
But the Raiders always get good running back. They just don't do nothing with them.
They sent him to Green. They let him go to Green Bay. Apparently,
Pete Carroll.
Wait, what?
Josh Jacobs.
You talking about Josh Jacobs?
True. Yeah, you did get one. Yep, that's right. You're right. I forget that he played for the Raiders sometimes. Jeez.
He was really good with the Raiders. They just
like he's been a Packer all of his life. He should have been.
Let me ask the chat a question. Coach T, I don't mean to take up none of your time, but if y'all can name like three teams with like new coaches that you think will make the playoffs, what 3 teams would that be? And I just do 3 out there as a number, but I think the Raiders. I think the Raiders are gonna end up.
What, Pete Carroll?
Yeah. This season, I think they're gonna squeeze.
Oh shit! That's if y'all division let anybody else in there.
Yeah, that's true too.
Y'all division is front. Y'all might take up 3 spots alone. It's only 7.
I got 3. Y'all got 3 legit contenders in that division.
Yeah,
the Steelers not one of them. Damn sure ain't the Browns, bro.
Well, that's just in time for Ed Dog to go ahead and enter the chat.
I was talking about contenders are making the playoffs. I ain't talking about the contenders to win the Super Bowl, Gina.
But we got other callers, bro. Let's go ahead and get these other ones in so we can go ahead and get ready to wrap this thing up.
All right, sure.
All right, love, bro. Shout out Laker Nation. Be Ready Sports Podcast. In order to be ready, you gotta stay ready.
Stay ready.
Stay ready, baby. Appreciate having you, bro. We're gonna welcome in Nino, Big Nino.
What's happening?
What's cracking lacking, brother?
Shout out to Transformer and Transformer only. Football season.
Yeah.
Good to have Bruce back, but he be on the fit. He borderline Baltimore. Him and G stay into it. Sneed, no. I knew it was something about you. You a Browns fan. Oh my God. You Transformer only, even though they beat us in the last Super Bowl.
Man, look how they do this to someone standing 10 toes down with their home team, bro. They just when it rains, it pours, bro.
Should have moved 2 hours up the road. It'd be all right.
Wow.
But
Don't
yeah,
do it
man,
like that, Nino.
y'all know how I feel about the media, man. Always, but that's their job. They always stirring up trouble. They don't know what that man meant. And now you gotta be careful because the Twitter just gonna see all that. This how the post gonna be. If y'all
Yep.
on social media, y'all know. I ain't know. I'm only on Twitter. Gabriel talks about Shador. And they gonna have that little clip up there,
Yep.
and everybody's gonna run with it. No
Correct.
context, no nothing.
You're right.
They don't know that man was. I mean, and
But
it's
Nino, let me
crazy.
interrupt you real quick, man. And thank you for calling, man. I appreciate it. That's why I took the time to get the whole clip and play the whole clip. Because if you go and you look around, all you're hearing is that very first part where he says, you know, some people are entertainers and some people are competitors. And everyone's like, oh, what's he talking about? Oh, he's taking shots. Nah, listen to the whole clip. That's why I took the time to get the whole thing. I'm not. That's not me. I don't move like that.
He didn't even say some people said there are entertainers, and then there are competitors.
Mm-hmm.
Like saying like I'm not talking about a specific person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. You gotta do that with everything now, because
Mm-hmm.
these people getting paid off of it. Like that's just what they do.
Paid off clicks, absolutely.
But about that Shador business though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he gonna make it, man. And it ain't got nothing to do with play. The NFL is they different from the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
NFL prove a point.
Yes, they will.
They don't like the cockiness, and I can tell you. Because Deion got that guy, even in Jackson State, I don't call it nepotism coaching or what. They'll be on first down. Hey, first and goal at the 1 yard line. Prime got to spread it out there. I ain't lying to you. So he should. He know how to read defense pretty good. Only thing that, from what I see, I'm no professional. He hold on to the ball too long. He do that. He don't throw the ball away. He'll try to make a play out of nothing. But if y'all know, like I know the NFL now, the NFL don't like being challenged. They don't like what I'm trying to say. They don't like the cockiness of nobody really, but especially a rookie quarterback that ain't played it down. They don't like that. Do y'all think he's supposed to drop to where he dropped? Or y'all think he was supposed to have been drafted where he was drafted?
Not at all.
No,
I know they made that call.
So take what you just said, Nino, and then you have the owner come out and say, "I didn't draft this guy." What is he signaling to the rest of the league? What is he saying to the other owners in the league? He's saying this was out of my hands. My GM.
Yeah, this was
that's ridiculous though. If you're an owner, there's no way you can say that.
Bruce, nobody ever said this before. Nobody asked about who drafted Baker. He didn't come out and say I drafted Baker or the GM. No, nobody ever did this. This is very specific to Shador.
No, I get it, but what I'm saying is there's no way. Like if I'm, I don't know if that was a presser or what where he said that, but if I'm a reporter standing by and he says that, I'm like, wait a minute.
Bro,
so
they
your
didn't even
GM
ask him, Bruce. He just volunteered it. He volunteered the information. They wasn't even asked. You guys talking about the Browns? Absolutely dysfunction of the highest order.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying somebody should have followed up. But sorry, Nino, go ahead, man.
100%. Yep.
Oh, I like to listen to the feedback because I get the information. But I agree with what Sneed was saying, and which basically both of y'all. But I believe how it went was like Sneed said, the GM like, man, we got to really have this guy, and because the owners ain't telling everybody what's going on. They got a real tight clique. They probably just got some type of code. Hey, now he got to at least drop. And then the GM like, man, how is he on the table still? We got to take him. So like Sneed said, the owner just come out like, hey, I just out of my control. So that he letting the other owners know.
Okay, Nino, I got you. But hold on 1 second, G. So, all right, I'm the reporter and I'm there and he says this unprompted. I didn't draft him. Okay, so who is responsible for that pick? I'm going to ask him directly. So are you are you always this hands off in your draft process?
Yes.
Do you give your GMs unfettered trust, your complete trust to draft whoever they want?
Yep.
Like, that's very unusual, being that owners sign these checks. So like, whoever the reporter was that was there was very derelict in their duties and not following up on that.
So in my
Hey, that's
opinion, that
smart,
whole
though.
situation was probably a plant.
Touche.
Ooh, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, it is.
What you was saying something?
Yeah, so I was looking at Deshaun Watson's contract, right? Paid an arm and a leg and didn't really play at all, right? And then you look at Shador and the way his contract is structured with the percentage of the jersey sales, right? And could it be that may be a reason why? Maybe it's some financial stake, or they felt like the kid shouldn't get any percentage off of his jersey sale, his likeness. Do you think that's the reason why they like trying to push him to the back and not really like, I ain't gonna say not really let him shine, but I mean, you got 6 freaking quarterbacks on a roster,
to my
and
opinion,
where you haven't really.
My opinion, G, it's a little bit of Shador, but to me, it's a lot of the prime. It's a lot of because they said Prime said this. I listened to him. He kind of did say it now. Like, it's certain teams he ain't gonna play for and all of this. Hey, NFL dog. So I'm thinking that they ain't with that. NFL lose money. First of all, they ain't gonna lose no money. The Browns, I go to the Browns game out when they play the Steelers, it's packed. They know they ain't gonna win no games. And they games stay packed. They ain't losing no money. But they ain't losing no money because it's football. It's America, it's football. But they will lose a chance to make extra money, jersey sales and all that, to prove their point. We can go by the Kaepernick situation. He was at least good enough to be a backup. But for the point that the NFL needs to prove in the distraction, they not gonna do it. It's not, you can't play with the NFL like you do the NBA. NBA need 8 stars. NFL really don't need a certain 1 star, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
It's the ownership structure. They're just, the powers with them. It always has been.
I got a question about the college too, though, to y'all. In just sports in general, from y'all opinion, do y'all think, I know we do it in basketball, and is it every sport that if a player has a physical attribute that people look at it as an advantage, it's kind of discredited? And I'm talking about Tebow. Like, we talked about how good and how strong he was. He could squat. He was squatting with the what? The linemen? Was he the linebackers or something? Y'all remember that
I think
story?
it was linebackers.
Right.
Yeah.
So a smart coach say, hey, I could use this. Instead of, because they usually, he can't throw this and that. A smart coach say, hey, he got this skill set. We can use this to our advantage. And I agree with Sneed and Bruce. The receivers was wide open, but they mostly were wide open because all of the trouble that that he could give in the running game. So that had a lot to do with the receivers being open. So do y'all think we punish people in sports in general if they have a seen physical advantage?
No. The only time anybody's getting punished is when they get discredited because they say this guy carried everything. That is my only gripe with the situation. I don't like it when people discredit the teammates that help a player achieve great success. So, for example, somebody's receiving the passes, somebody's getting the yards after the catch, guys are getting open, but we're going to talk about how great a certain player was because he was the one throwing it, but we need to also credit the receivers. Like, that's why I don't like when people say things about Cam Newton's teammates. Like, okay, it's accurate to say they weren't NFL talents, but it doesn't mean they weren't good college talents that they didn't contribute to the winning. That's what I mean.
Oh, I agree. I'm saying, do you think it take away from the greatness? Do we take that away from the greatness of that player? Like Tim Tebow, we say, like everybody said, he's more a running back and he just strong and physical. He got passing numbers, but The way he looked, it's just the way he looked. The production might have been there, but just the way he looked throwing the ball. And it did look, it didn't look right.
I mean, he was good from 15 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the throws were good at intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
They were good.
What about 25 and out, Sneed? Rough, wasn't it?
Where's the highlights of all those?
Listen, dirt.
Hey, that's all I got, man. Shout out to y'all. No, I take that back. Shout out to Transformer.
Always,
The only,
Nino.
not AFC North, not UG. I heard that smart comment.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce, you got me with that Hakeem. Shout out to that, but not the Baltimore Ravens, and definitely not the Cleveland Browns. So
Go
I'll
terrible
hit y'all.
towels, man. Go terrible towels, man.
That's what I'm
Stay,
talking about. Show
stay
some love.
terrible, bro. Stay terrible.
Show some.
Right.
All right, y'all.
All right, bro. Big Nino, always good to have him, man.
Yeah,
Big Nino, go Steelers. Speaking of Steelers, we got one most Steeler that's going to be added to the conversation here in just a moment. I believe he's switching phones right now.
Oh, he one of those guys.
There he is. You see his head?
Eddie.
Okay.
All right, we're going to let him figure that thing out real quick.
That's what happens when you got all these phones, man.
Got all these phones, man. Can't even hop on.
Bruce. Start, bro.
I wasn't even talking about you. I was actually talking about my cousin, man. I was trying to get a hold of my cousin in London for like a minute. And I ran into him out there. And I was like, yo, son, who are you hiding from? You MI5 or something? Like, his sister's like, he be switching SIM cards and whatnot. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? What is this? Yeah,
I can relate, bro. I get it.
Yeah, I'm sure
Sneed
you do.
can definitely relate.
I'm sure you do. He's like, add me back to the group. I got a new phone. I'm like, really? What is this? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Ed Dog, man, we're waiting on you, brother. Oh, damn, speaking as soon as I said it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Let's see if he's good.
Oh, there you go.
Are you good, Ed Dog? We can add you on?
Want to add me on?
There you go.
Yeah, my fault, fellas, man. Acting crazy, man. I mean, you know, it's all good. I just
What's this dude out here doing? Working out on the beach or something? Was you at Venice Beach?
No, bro. Just got done beating the car up, man. You know, it's lovely out here. A lot of beautiful people. Looks snowy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Bruce?
You got
know
your
what I mean?
shovel out?
Huh?
You got your shovel out?
Man, boy, hey, we moving on up like Richard Jefferson. You know what I mean? But no, man, let me go and get my 2 cents. I know y'all ready to go out, get on out of here, Bruce. I'm gonna holler at you after the, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like your vibes right now, man. You look mad grumpy. But
good, man. What? Yo, go ahead.
No,
man.
but let me go and get my 2 cents, man. Look, this ain't just you know what he said, man. They blowing it out of pocket. That's what we say in Memphis, man. He ain't out of pocket for what he said. It ain't nothing, man. They're just, man. You know how to Bruce. You in the media. You know how it is, man. You know how it goes. You know he gonna, man. One of them So how many quarterbacks y'all think they're gonna keep on their roster? About 3, 4.
It got to be a max of 4. Nobody carries more than that, and most teams only carry 3.
Yeah. So man, Pickens, man. I see him might be gone. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I see he gonna be gone.
Well, Huntley gonna be gone for sure because they just added him on. He was just a placement, so that's one that's eliminated. So now you got to eliminate one more.
Yeah. My fault, fellas. I got distracted. But anyway, other than that, man, no, Bruce, chill, bro. But anyway, man. Anyway, like I said, man, look about us, man. At AFC North, it's gonna be a dog fight. I'm not gonna be doing much talking. Man, I think Cleveland gonna have we're gonna probably finish 4th. I'm keeping the book. I'm just being honest with you, man. I don't see it.
Right.
Bro, we just got done talking about the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation, and you got them finishing 3rd.
Damn.
Man, hey, I do, man. Look, bro. Look, Aaron Rodgers gonna do his thing. I get it, man. Our defense gonna always be solid. I appreciate that. And Gino, man, I heard the shade you was throwing about my Steelers, bro. it is what it is. I'm just gonna take it on the chin like a man, partner left, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let y'all fellas go, and that's all I want to give
I
out.
mean, it seems like we need to let you go because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
clearly
man.
distracted.
No,
You're the
no, no,
one.
no, no,
Yo,
no,
Ed, you're the
no.
one rocking the onesie, bro. Chill out.
Wow.
Hey,
Hey, Chris said he's rocking the Mark Henry joint.
Wow.
yo. Nothing like
Said,
it's nothing like Tennessee, baby.
said that sexual chocolate. Ooh.
Nah, man. I'm gonna let y'all fellas get on out of here, man. Y'all have a good Sunday, man. I gotta
Take it easy, Ed.
All right, bro,
All right,
man.
yo.
Love.
all right, love y'all. Water.
Get this distracted mofo up out of here.
I gotta ask, bro. That's the second time he said that when he got off the phone.
What?
Water?
Yeah, that's
Water.
from
Yeah, it's
Paid in
from
Full.
Belly. I mean, yeah, I said Belly. Paid in full. Yeah.
Paid in full.
It's
Okay.
paid in full reference. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch it. You'll see when Nori talking to them by the car. And he about to
man.
roll out.
All right. Water.
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 Yeah.
But no, man. Good show, man. Good show, man. Again,
Yo,
Bruce.
what up?
He's back, bro. Guess who's Bazak? Gotta pick up. My bad.
Already
You know,
know.
like, yeah, my bad.
Already know.
You want to close it out?
No. I got nothing to say. Look, thank y'all for being here, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank for everybody who was in the chat, everybody who called in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you share the show. It means more to us than you know. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate all the support you had from my guys while I was gone. I had a lot going on, and I'm trying to get back to 100% so I can keep being here for y'all and kicking the sports talk. I mentioned in the beginning of the show, football season is back. So we're going to have my guy, former Fighting Illini wide receiver, Ryan Langford. He will be back to talk college football with us weekly as the season progresses. So looking forward to that. So if you're a college football fan, make sure you check into that as well. That's about all I got. I appreciate all of y'all, and we out. Peace.